I had 5 pupils.
Greetings, YouTube. It's your boy, OG and
DK.
we in the building. Lone Wolf and Cub is live. Thank you all for being here. I got my people. Fist and palm salute to everybody who shows up. I got my peeps here. We're ready to get it in. Round 2 of the Kung Fu tournament
For all
of
the marbles.
movies for all the marbles, baby. So we are here. We're doing it. I'm here with some special people. And hopefully some of you, if you all feel up to it, want to get in on the live, there is a link in the chat. So please click on, make sure your mic is good, make sure your camera is good. If you want to be a part of the argument, we'd love to have you. But right now, I got some special people that I'd like to announce, starting with my man, Dan de Blasio. What's up, D?
What's up, people? I'm so glad to be here for everybody. Round 2 of the tournament. Everybody's got this stuff going on with the sports, but hey, we got our own tournament going on, and this is going to be the best tournament you've seen, so I'm glad you're tuned in, and I'm happy you're here with everybody. I'm just happy to be here with everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Glad
sir.
to have you.
Thanks for being here, fam. Appreciate you, man. And of course, my man from Kung Fu Chronicles, Sifu Kwanzi. What's good, baby?
What's good, everybody? Yes, sir. Glad to be back in the building. And yeah, Dan said it right. Yes, we got for all the sports people, I know y'all watching, but glad you took the time to watch us. We're doing our own Final Four, Sweet 16, all that right here on the Kung Fu side.
Absolutely.
it,
So if you in the b-ball like I am, I'm big in college. I teach at a major college. Our team didn't make it, womp womp. So we're in the NIT, but it's all good. But hey, halftime, you want to click over? Come on over, check us out. Or if later on, when all the games are done at midnight or wherever they end, you want some Kung Fu madness and martial madness, hey, check us out, man. We love to have you. So again, thank you all for being here. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We really appreciate you. And we look forward to getting down with you. We got some people in the chat want to acknowledge real quick just to say hello. We got Gigi in the building. Gigi says, let's go. Hey, Gigi, thanks for being here. My man, the guru says, I'm in Zen meditation and prepared for tournaments.
Yep.
Salute. Nice, man. Nice. It's very it's nice to see people like return some of the returning people. So we appreciate you. Thank you all for being here. Let's see. We got BG Bernard in the building. Bernard, what's up, baby? What's good? How you doing, man?
What's up, fam? What's going on with y'all?
All right.
Good.
All right,
What's
man.
good?
Thanks for
Gang.
being here, man. We appreciate you, man. Thanks for
That's
being here.
right.
All right. So,
Let's get this started.
Yeah, let's get this cracking,
Yes,
man. So
sir.
we off to a little bit of a great start. So let's keep that energy going. Let's talk about what has happened so far. So what we did starting back in the end of December on our channel, on the Lone Wolf and Cub channel, we started posting up polls of Kung Fu movies. And we were like,
I saw some of those.
Yeah, which of these movies would you like to see? Would you like to see in a tournament? So we started listing movies. So we were listing like, 5 Deadly Venoms, Crippled Avengers. We would list them, right? And then we would take the top 2 in each category, and then those 2 would make it into the tournament, right? And so we listed Shaw Brothers movies. We did Lito Nam movies because he's done a lot of movies.
Yeah.
We had the fans throw names at us for B-list movies that they wanted to see in the list, and then we put those into a poll, and then we did the same thing for Golden Harvest. The only tampering that we did with Golden Harvest, full disclosure, because I know a lot of people want to get at me, is that the Golden Harvest region, we added Jackie Chan because the early Jackie Chan Kung Fu movies, that was not a part of Golden Harvest. And there was like a fledgling bunch of movie companies that he was working with. But we feel like it's unfair not to add Jackie Chan to the mix because, I mean, pre-80s Jackie Chan, where he was doing traditional Kung Fu movies, a lot of those movies are iconic and pretty special. So full disclosure, that's the only tampering that we did. We added to a poll. We added a bunch of Jackie Chan movies. We listed about 8, and they whittled it down to where it was. So that after that, we then started to put all what the surviving movies into brackets. And I know a lot of people complain about the brackets. I get it. Some of my favorite movies did not make it. I was in shock when we were doing the polls. Like, we did a poll and we had Gordon Liu movies, and that 8 diagram pole fighters didn't make it amongst those movies blew my mind, right? That Prodigal Son didn't make it amongst all of those like Sammo Hung type directed movies blew my mind. But it's not my poll. It's the fans' poll. It's your poll. So the things laid where they wind up laying, and they wind up being where they were. And last week we had a fantastic live stream, and we hashed it out. And we got to where we got, and we have whittled this thing down now to 16 teams.
16 now we got to do the final 8.
16. We're gonna whittle this down all the way, Bernard, all the way.
I know, but I mean, this is gonna be funny.
Yes, sir. So let me go ahead and bring up what we have so that you all can see what we're rocking with, and we can get started. In the meantime, why don't you guys tell us how you feeling while I bring this up? Tell us how you feel about how it's been so far.
Good. I mean, I had a great time last week. It was a lot of fun. Again, I love just soaking in some of the knowledge from you brothers, because when it comes to the movies and the actual actors and stuff, I'm not as well versed. And some of these movies are great memories for me versus I haven't been as up to date on them. But yeah, I've had a good time. And actually, I'm rocking my Shaw Brothers shirt today. I don't know if rocking it, getting into full-fledged mode, ready to rock. But yeah, I had a great time.
That's some good stuff.
Nice. You feeling good, Dan?
Yeah, I'm happy that there's a forum like y'all's, like Lone Wolf and Cub. You know, I'm thankful, thank goodness, that we can actually have something like this and be on here and talk about the films we love and we're passionate about. So what better place to be than Lone Wolf and Cub right now with OG and DK? You know, thank y'all.
Thank you so much, man. We appreciate that, man. Okay, so as you can see, this is our March Madness round 2, right? And we are going to, let me present this so we look good here. That's not it. Here we go.
Yep. I definitely think this round's going to be tougher because a lot of really good movies are stacked against each other.
Oh my God, it's going to be bananas.
Yeah, and a lot of the good ones lost round 1, so it's you know the old saying, there can only be one number one. So process of elimination is all we can do.
Yes, exactly. Yes, sir. Oh, I want to acknowledge a couple more people real quick. We got LD Wells 89. That's Blasian. That's Blasian, right? What's up, Blasian? Hey, man. Real quick, today Blasian was in a virtual fighter tournament. LD, hey man, you got ousted early, baby. What happened? Your kung fu wasn't fooing today, baby. What happened to you? Oh my God.
Well, but to be fair, he didn't just lose to anyone. He did fight the person who
he lost the eventual champion. Yeah. It was good to see you, man. Hey, even for making it into the cut, man. Congratulations, man. We appreciate you. Thanks for being here. And we also want to acknowledge the Guru. The
Guru. What's good? What's good, Guru?
What's up, baby? Real quick, before we get into this, I'm gonna tell you guys where I'm at. I'm not gonna lie to you, full disclosure. Today, me and Cub, we went back and was watching some of these movies. So we got them fresh in our head. We went back and watched some of them, some of the matchups, because we want to make sure that that we're fair in our dissertation about what we feel about these movies. So we went back today. We watched some back to back, and feeling good about what we saw. Yeah. So here we go. All right. Yep. All right. So let's look at the brackets. So real quick,
there he is.
Quick little breakdown. Who's there?
Blasian.
Oh, where?
On YouTube too. That's what he said.
Yeah, we're on YouTube and on Twitch. That's right. You threw me off for a minute. I'm like, ooh, where you see who? There he is. Okay, so here are the matchups. Here we go. So in the Shaw Brothers region, the 4 remaining are 5 Deadly Venoms, 36 Chambers of Shaolin. Going up against each other are also Chinese Super Ninjas and Heroes East. So we basically got essentially kind of 2 Venoms movies and 2 Gordon Liu movies kind of going at each other. So that should be interesting. In the B list region, we have Mystery of Chess Boxing versus Invincible Armor. And then we have Superpower versus 7 Grandmaster. It's an interesting bracket. Over in the Litso Nam bracket, we have Shaolin versus Lama versus Eagle's Claw. We got the Hot, the Cool, and the Vicious versus the Invincible Kung Fu Leg, aka Leg Fighters. In the Golden Harvest region, we got Way of the Dragon versus Warriors 2. And we have Magnificent Butcher versus Iron Monkey. Interesting that none of Jackie Chan's movies made it out of that region. So that's interesting. So that's what we got. I'm excited for us to go at it. So this is how it's gonna work. So what's gonna happen is in these rounds, I'm gonna bring up the movies and we're gonna hash it out. We're gonna argue it out. We're gonna talk it out, and we are going to vote. We'll use our votes, the panel, and we'll use the votes from the people that are actually in the chat, and we'll come to a consensus, and then we will decide, and we will move those people on to the next round. Okay, and when we get to the round of 8, the Elite 8, is going to be a little not quite topsy-turvy. You're going to see me. I'm going to be typing the names in rather. And then we'll do that round, and then we'll Final Four it, and so forth and so on. And it should go rather quick once we get past this first round of 16. All right.
We've got H. Rich in the building.
H. Rich is in the building.
Looks like he took your advice about like coming in with a quote, us having to try to figure it out.
Oh,
yeah.
The greatest feeling is having a man prostrate before you, an attribute to your power. What movie is that from? I've heard that before.
I'm thinking of Conan, but that sounds different.
It sounds like Conan the Barbarian, doesn't it? Yeah. H-Riz, let us know which one that's from, because I've heard that. It's like someone hits and they go, "Ugh," they do that, and then a master says something like that. So I remember that line, but that's a great line. Thank you for being here, man. We appreciate you. All right. The Guru got it right away. The Guru says superpower. And as soon as he said it, that's right. That's what the bad guy said it to his brother, because I think his brother struck a guy in the opening of the movie. He struck a guy, and the guy was like, "Ooh," and then he made that line. So yeah, that's a good one. Go, Cat Daddy. H. Rich says yes. All right, so let's get it cracking. We're here to get it started with the tournament, and so we're gonna start with our first round. Let the tourney begin. Good luck, gentlemen. Enjoy.
Let's bring it.
Let's go.
Round one. Round one. The 5 deadly Venoms. The 5 deadly Venoms versus the 36th Chamber of Shaolin. Oh my God.
You might as well start out with a banger, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Y'all made this real easy for us. Thank you.
Okay. Does anyone want to go first? You want me to lead us off?
Lead it off.
Lead it off.
Okay. So, both of these movies are, I'm gonna use an interesting word here, methodical. Both of these movies are methodical, right? The action doesn't jump off the screen right away, right? There's build up, right? There's a lot of things that are happening to build the story. This is a good example of 2 kung fu movies that have a great story and a great build up. 5 Deadly Venoms is a very colorful movie because of the content and the nature of the story and the characters, the masks, the various styles. And so it is great to let me add my man. Give me 1 second while he gets himself situated. It is a movie that has a buildup Now, once it gets going, and there's mystery and murder and intrigue, and not, believe it or not, not that many fights in the movie itself. So it's in my opinion, it's a good movie. So actually, let me check that. It's a great movie because it gives you everything. It gives you, there's like a little bit of silliness in it from the sixth Venom. You get the intrigue, the mystery of it. Great fight scenes, iconic, and I like that. 36 Chamber Shaolin, also huge build up. You've got to get our main character to the Shaolin Temple. So there's a story there, and they kind of lay that out for you. Once he gets to the temple, that's again, same thing. That's when the movie gets going, right? Because now you're watching him begin his training, right? And his misunderstanding of how that's going to work, so that he thinks that he could just go straight to the 36th chamber, and they let him know, and so he has to start from the beginning with the fundamentals. I like that because there's lessons in that about learning about the strength of your fundamentals, having a good stance, having good vision, having good hand and eye coordination, learning defense before you learn offense, never even touching a weapon until you've really perfected some of your hand and feet technique. I love that stuff. I love that they built teaching into the movie, right? The problem I have with the 36th chamber is the final fight. The final fight is not that good. It's really a series of battles, right, that happen, and that final fight, I was like waiting for it. It didn't give me the what's the word I'm looking for? That epic like satisfaction when the movie is over. The satisfaction really is built into the training sequences.
The process of him getting better.
Yes, that's where the satisfaction lays. And then when you get to the final fight, it tapers off. Whereas in Five Deadly Venoms, there is a crescendo, right? We do get to the final, all the Venoms fighting each other. And so for me, I'm gonna give Five Deadly Venoms a slightest little nod, and it's killing me. The slightest little nod, but I'm gonna give it to Five Deadly Venoms. What say you, panel?
So maybe for me, I'm gonna piggyback off a lot of what you said. Five Deadly Venoms kind of had it all as a kid watching. I remember, the character build was dope. The centipede, the scorpion, all the Venoms coming together, fighting each other. All that was dope. The two nods that I'll give 36 Chamber, obviously they're both classics. But I even remember between watching both, and I said this last week, the rewatchability factor. Now, both are up there for me on rewatchability. You can put both movies into the Blu-ray, and I watch them both at any time. But as a kid, someone who aspired to do Kung Fu martial arts, 36 Chambers just hits a little different because the training is just like you said, and chef's kiss, right? From beginning to end, you're learning all the basics and then climbing all the way up all those ladders to get to that final rung on the chair, right? And then the last part, he creates his own, the 36 chamber. But to do that, he's got to basically become a master of every discipline. And that to me struck more of a chord because it's like that's what martial arts truly is all about. It's like they always say, it's an old saying, a black belt just a white belt that never quit. So really,
love that.
Really, that's an old saying, but it's so true. It's like if you talk to black belts in any style of martial art, they'll tell you kind of the same thing. From the that's basically the difference. You stick with it. And Santi's whole thing and his whole arc in that movie is not only sticking with it, but his persistence. He was just the tenacity to be the master. And finally, at the end, it was frustrating because he could not beat the one monk. And finally, he developed a 3-section staff and went out there. I'll give it to you. That final fight is a little anticlimactic, like you're saying. But I always give it, again, I'm biased. Any movie with the 3-sectional staff I'm in is one of my favorite weapons. So, but yes, if you want it just pure martial art, the final fight, go more for Five Deadly Venoms. But the overall story and the arc, 36 Chambers for me. Last thing I'll say too, I enjoy the cinematography a little bit more in 36 chamber. It just has a prettier feel, especially when you get out at the end. I know it's like studio setting for the chambers, but even some of the camera work and stuff is amazing. Like I just remember some of the training montage with the candle swinging back and forth, and you got different points of views with that. Then at the very end, the ending fight, even though it's not as dope as a 5 Venom fight, the cinematography all around as you're seeing like the landscapes and everything is just gorgeous. That's all I gotta say. My vote's for 36.
Great.
Nice.
Okay, so
Brother
you got
Tony,
30.
what's good, brother? Tony, good to see you, my
Yes,
man.
sir. Oh, yeah, Tony, you're in the building.
I was just
Put
about to
some
give
thumbs
this
salute,
flowers.
man.
What's
Glad to
up,
have you
Tony?
with
What's
us.
up, T baby? How
Hey,
you
man.
doing, baby?
Good,
Glad
man.
you're
Feeling a
on
lot
time.
better. I haven't been feeling good the past couple of days, and I finally started feeling better today. And I moved mountains to make sure that I was here with you, with my Kung Fu brothers today. So
Thank you,
I'm
man.
very happy to be here. Dan, I know you sent me a message earlier. I apologize for the delay, but I just replied to you before I got in here. So I appreciate each and every
All
single
good,
one of
brother.
you. And I'm
All
looking
good.
forward to this. Yeah, man.
All right, my man.
How are you guys doing today?
You're doing
Beautiful.
good, man.
Good.
Round
Good,
two, baby.
good.
Round two.
Round two.
Round two.
So
What it
since
do?
we got you, why don't we go ahead and just get you in going hot? What you got for us?
Me? Okay.
Yes, sir.
I agree with you. The one I adore that movie, the 36 Chambers of Shaolin. Uh, I love the training sequences. I love the fighting sequences. But I'm with you. I've always been disappointed at the last fight because I'm saying, man, he went through all this crazy training, and that was it. That's just some of the fights in the middle of the movie were better than this fight. I thought, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but with the five deadly venoms, you have just so many classic fights when the toad meets the centipede for the first time,
Yeah.
and then it just builds up from there and there, and it has a great storyline. So for that reason, I think I'm going to give the nod to five deadly venoms. As much as I love the 36 chambers, I'm going to keep it short and sweet for this one.
Okay. All right. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you so
Mhm.
much. What you say, Dan?
I mean, you got two icons of Kung Fu cinema here. Icons. Five Deadly Venoms and 36 Chamber. 36 Chamber has the greatest training scenes ever filmed.
Mm-hmm.
I love that first one where he's got to jump over the log to get over to just the common thing, just to eat is all he wants to
Yeah.
do. And they ain't eating like a gourmet meal. They're eating rice.
Right.
That's the crazy part. But when he
Yeah.
floats over it, I mean, that scene in a slow-mo, I love it. I do agree that final fight, it leaves a lot to be desired. I love Lo Lei as a villain. He's amazing. But the best fight to me was the Li Hoi Sang fight in the middle when he had really found out who he was as a fighter and as a monk and how to create that weapon like he did. And iconic opening in that movie. It's unbelievable.
Yes,
But come
sir.
on, guys, we got the five deadly venoms. We got this movie that started the Venom mob that we know what it is. They had been in other movies before that. Some of them were in Chinatown Kid. Some of them were in Shaolin Temple. They've been in other movies, but together as a collective, just think about it. You got Chang Sheng, you got Lu Fang, Sun Shen, Phil Kwok, Wei Pai, and Lo Ming. Classic
Doesn't
characters.
get better than that.
I mean, there's probably other films I like better, like maybe Crippled Avengers, Mortal Kombat, but that's not on our tournament. So pound for pound, just think of that opening scene when the old man is telling Chang Sheng about all these masters, and then they show them all with the masks, with their skills and what they can do.
Right.
You got
Right.
the snake, centipede, scorpion, lizard, toad. My vote is for five deadly venoms.
Hey, okay.
Solid.
Awesome.
All right. Who hasn't gone? Oh, BG. Let me let you in. Go ahead, BG. What you got?
Oh man, two classics for 36. If you like the training sequence, 36. Like you the type that like crime drama to solve things, the five deadly venoms is the one. And see,
Nice.
that was the kind of thing I like to do. This to solve the mystery.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good mystery. Which one you taking overall?
I have to go with Venoms.
Okay. All right. What you got, Cub?
Oh, well, I wanted to let the others in chat go first. We got Seiza, Bobby Coltrane, the Guru, and H. Rich's perspectives in there in the chat.
Yeah, I've been bringing them up as we've been going. I don't know if you can see it, but I've been bringing them up.
Okay.
We'll get to some of those in a minute.
Okay.
What's up, Mario? See you. I see you, baby. Bobby Coltrane in the building. What's good? What's good? My man Caesar, my man. Thanks for being here, man. We appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Okay. So what do you say?
So from my perspective, I'd say Venoms takes the edge. I'd say 36 Chamber has two arcs. It's the training arc, and then is the monk arc where he's at his peak and he's helping other people out. The, the real, I think the meat of the movie is the training arc, but then after that, like the arc after that is with him helping people, and he just it I don't want to say there's no conflict, but it feels less like there's anything for him to achieve because he already has everything he needs to help the people that he wants to help. So yeah, like what people were saying with that final fight, it was anticlimactic. He was just clowning Lolier's character. So I think with it not having a stronger ending, plus the fact that I don't want to say that the movie gets worse after his training arc, but it already feels like he's won with how good he is by the time it's already over. So I'm gonna go with Five Deadly Venoms. There's more intrigue, there's more mystery. There's a heavy loss with what the guru was saying in Toad. I actually liked the sixth Venom. He added
Levity.
Yeah, well, not just levity, but I think he was like the wild card. No one knew what he was going to do next, and it was good to see him double down on his lizard training after he linked up with number 4. He helped make the finale of the movie pop with how everyone used their skills against each other. Just cool to see how everyone set themselves apart in terms of like their abilities and their skill sets. So yeah, overall, I'm going with Venoms for sure.
Fantastic. Okay. So let me try to move this a little bit. So it looks like, at least from what I'm seeing in the chat, it looks like there's a consensus about Five Deadly Venoms. H Rich goes with that, goes in that direction. The Guru, Mario, they all look like they're going the same way. I'm trying to see. Yep, Bobby Coltrane says 5 DVs, Deadly Venoms. Nice. Yeah, it looks like we have a consensus. So I'm gonna say, you put this down.
Yeah.
For the win. Sorry, Gordon. We love you. We hope that you are convalescing well. We know that you had a stroke in the not too recent future past, and we hope that you are getting better. We love you. Thank you for your contribution, and let's see what happens in round 2 when we get to
AOG.
that. Yes, sir.
Now, if the shoe was the other foot, and I don't, let me see how many of y'all on the poll agree with me. If this was between 5 Venoms and 8 Diagram Pole Fighter, I would have probably picked the 8 Diagram Pole Fighters. I think it's a superior film. It's got an insane pole fight with
I'm glad
Kofi.
you did that, Dan. I'm glad you did that.
You know what I'm saying? So if it were a different, if the shoe was on the foot,
yeah,
I love Gordon Liu, but you know, for this particular one, I'm picking Venoms. But if it was a diagram, it would have been a totally different poll.
And I'm actually glad you did that. I was gonna save that for the end when we get to whatever the final movie is and the winner. I was actually gonna ask, just as a bonus question, I was gonna ask whatever the winning movie is. I wanted us to compare it to 8 Diagram.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, let's do that too.
Let's hold that one back.
Do that.
I feel you. Okay, great.
I can add one more note about 36.
Quickly.
I think it works better as part of a duology between it and Return to the 36 Chamber, whereas 5 Deadly Venoms can stand alone. So,
man, we had a discussion during a live stream, but Return to the 36 Chamber is not even technically. It's almost a one-off because Gordon Liu is not playing Sante in that movie.
Right.
King Hu is playing his character in Return, so it's not him. The actual sequel is the third one with Fang Se
Disciples of Shaolin.
I'm sorry.
Disciples.
It's called Disciples of Shaolin. Yeah.
Which, by the way, I don't like it as much. But anyway,
Why?
Neither do I.
We had that discussion some other time. So let's move it
Okay,
on.
buddy.
Let's keep it
Okay.
moving. All right. So Five Deadly Venoms is the winner of this round. Let's move
Okay.
into our next bracket, which is Shaolin versus Lama versus Eagle's Claw. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. I'm not going first on this one. I'm gonna hold back. Somebody else give it a go.
I mean, this is an easy one for me because I love them both, but like we said on the last for round one, Shaolin versus Lama just has so much going for it. The characters, the dubbing, the one-liners that are so iconic, and all the hip hop, icons. Wu-Tang it has sampled so many times.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Eagles Claw. It's got a lot of great actors in it, like I said, the villain and Beardy, and everybody's great in it. But I mean, pound for pound, if we're going for this second round, 1-2 punch, I got to take Shaolin versus Lama.
Okay. All right. Appreciate you. Thanks for wrapping it up quickly. Who wants to
Yeah.
go next?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tony.
Okay, thanks, bro. Yeah, no, I agree with you there, Dan. It is a classic. I think Eagle's Claw is a fantastic film. But like you said, Shaolin versus Lama just has way too many great fighting scenes, philosophies. I love the fight when they go try to raid the temple, and then the monk goes ahead and shows his skill. And you remember that scene where the monk just hit him, and then he went like this? You remember that?
Yeah.
That's great stuff. And then
Do it again,
eventually,
Tony. Do the move again.
remember, I'm not a martial artist. I'm this, but not like that. Right? But yeah, and it's a storyline. You could tell that. I always felt bad for the girl in that film too because she wanted to be with the main character. But when he decided he wanted to go to monk, and I said, "Man, you're gonna see a lot of that." It's like, but yeah, no, I think the martial arts in that film is on a couple of levels above Eagle's Claw. So for that reason, I'm going to take Shaolin versus Lama.
Okay. All right. Can I go?
Oh yeah, it's your show, buddy.
No, it's our show. This is a community. It's our show. So, so yes, Shaolin versus Lama is a movie that gives you so many iconic moments. Obviously, again, its connection to Wu-Tang. The special technique of shadow boxing. I mean, come on, bro. That's iconic. My favorite line actually from the movie is the very last line that's in the movie where he's like, "I am the devil."
Yeah.
I think that line is so hilarious. It's fantastic. It is a little silly in the beginning. There's a lot of hey, give me a piece of chicken. There's a lot of that happening at the beginning. Master, if you teach me kung fu, I'll give you a chicken. There's a lot of that going on. I'm torn, and this is why I'm torn. Eagle's Claw, for me, I'm a sucker for story. I'm a guy who I like story. And what I appreciate about Eagle's Claw, again, is the murder, the mystery, and the intrigue. When I first saw this movie, I actually thought that Chu Quan Chun, I thought he turned. I really did. I said, "Oh, snap, he killed him." They show him. He's like, "Why didn't you choose me? Why didn't you?" I was like, "Oh my God, he killed his master." Right. And it had me going. And I love that. I love that only to find out. I wish they would not have revealed it because they kind of reveal it like at the maybe like 3/4 of the way. They reveal that he's actually been teaching, secretly been going back and teaching his fellow Eagle Claw mates the Mantis Fist that he's been learning from Yi Shang.
He was like a double agent.
So I didn't like that. I like that the female Mantis operative, I can't remember her name right now, that she was falling for him. She was actually falling for him because she actually believed him like I believed him, that he joined the Mantis group and that she sacrificed her life. At the end, she sacrificed herself for him. And when Yi Shang struck her in the back, he was like, "You bitch, how dare you?" I dig that type of stuff, right? And I mean, the iconic hat, the wizard hat, the genie shoes. I mean, all of that. I absolutely love that stuff, and I love the story.
That is a great outfit.
Yeah, it's a fantastic. One day I'm actually, because I do a lot of cosplay on my channel. Mrs. Wolf, I know you're watching right now. We got to get on that one. We got to get on that one. I'm gonna try to cosplay that costume. So I'm gonna be contrarian. Right? I don't want everything to be that we're all voting for the same stuff. I'm gonna go with Eagles Claw. Who's next?
Hey, listen, I'll keep mine short and sweet because I got to piggyback on a lot of stuff you guys already said. Shaolin versus Lama, obviously, all the hip hop iconography in there. If you're a Wu-Tang Clan fan or just a martial arts fan in general, you love that movie. Eagles Claw, I'm with you though, Ant, because the story just touched me a little more. The whole infiltration thing. When I first watched it, I didn't truly see it coming, so I love that. I love the fact that it's Eagle Claw, and I'm an Eagle Claw practitioner now, so that just has a special place in my heart. The fact I think I told you guys last week, and technically they're using more like the Southern Eagle Claw than Northern, but that's all right. The only gripe I really have with the movie is that in the end fight, they don't use as much of that Eagle Claw. I wanted like to see somebody like really get in there and do some stuff, but you know, it is what it is. You're always going to see different styles. The only thing with Shaolin versus Lama, though, as much as it's iconic and the fight scenes are amazing, I never really liked the training sequences in there. I always thought it was a little bootleggy 36 chamber to me, but whatever. So yeah, I'm kind of with you. I'm gonna give a little extra nod to Eagles Claw in this, just because I just enjoy watching that movie as a whole versus Shaolin versus Lama. So.
Hey, can I throw in one other thing? I'm trying to sway some more people to come over to our side. Can I throw in one other thing? I'm gonna help y'all out. Just hear me out. Ready? Dun, 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 dun,
The intro.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Snatching. Catching a tiger. I freaking love that stuff. Man, I love that stuff, man. I'm sorry. Okay. Who's next? Okay, go ahead, B. Go for it, BG.
I saw Shaolin versus Lama a little bit. I liked it, but I saw Eagle Claws, and once again, like I said, I like the mystery, the air of mystery around it.
Okay.
Especially how you said when Homeboy infiltrated, turned. I lost my mind when he did that.
Okay.
And I have to go with Eagle's Claw because, like you said, at the end when they showed it, I don't know.
Okay. All right. So you're going with so just to be clear, you're going with Eagles Claw.
Eagle's Claw.
Okay. All right. That's what's up. What you got, Tony?
I already went.
Oh, you went. My bad. Dan. You went too?
Dan went.
Yeah, I went. I took Shaolin versus Lama. Yeah.
Okay. So everybody went except for you. It's on you, Cub.
So for me, I think I'm gonna pick Eagles Claw. I think Shaolin versus Lama's two biggest fights are the first one where the villain goes up against the master, the monk. It's like, you're my master. You strike the first blow. Like that fight, and then the end fight. Those are the two biggest fights in that movie for me. Overall, though, I feel like it didn't get my attention as much as Eagles Claw, because with Eagles Claw, there's a lot more, like Bernard said, intrigue, like a lot more mystery, a lot more intrigue. There's I think one thing people forget about the villain in Eagles Claw. Yeah, everyone knows the shoes, the hat, the mantis claws, or the mantis moves he was doing. There's also his staff, where he puts it in the ground and it just stays there. Yeah, that's some real iconic stuff right there. But I liked that even in that intro sequence, despite how much better he got within the past 10 years, how the master tried to bluff him, like, I haven't been idle while waiting for you, like that part. There's also the part where I think as far as the mystery with Chi Kwan Chun's character, I liked that we didn't know whether Yenshi Kwan knew he was a double agent. Like there was a lot of mystery surrounding whether he knew that he was being played, how much he was really
You
teaching
mean
him.
Yi Shang?
Yi Shang, my bad, my bad. But it was fun trying to figure out like how much he knew, how much he was willing to teach him, whether he knew he was going back to his Eagle Claw mates and teaching them. But yeah, it was more fun throughout to see like how that would develop, how the supposed traitor was trying to join their side. And plus, I think with the final fight, they had to work harder to beat Yi Shang versus the Shaolin versus Lama fight, where it was more even.
Yeah, that was good. Shout out to both. Actually, both movies, in my opinion, have great like sound effects. I really appreciate the sound effects in Shaolin versus Lama. There's some great sound effects, and I think Eagles Claw too.
Especially since they're both B movies too. So
Right,
Mhm.
they're not made in
really
Yeah, and
good
studio.
sound effects.
Yeah, they
sound,
suck.
sound effects has always been extremely important to me.
Yeah, me too.
Like,
Hey,
like there are a couple of films that Wang Cheng Li made where they had what I call the corny sound effects. I don't know if you remember. Might have been one of them. Might have been with Casanova Wang.
okay,
Mhm.
okay.
I don't know if you know which one I'm talking about, but sound effects are extremely important in films. That's what made me fall in love with the films, not just the
Yeah,
martial arts, but the sound effects.
yeah. I especially like when there's a martial arts sound effects that like depict the style. So like when you hear snake style, you hear like I dig that. And the sound
Hmm.
effects, particularly for Eagles Claw, the sound that when they do Eagles Claw was dope. And then this kind of crunchy sound when he did matches like I don't know. I just dig that stuff, man. I would love to see how they do that.
Mhm.
How did you come up with the sound effect for that particular style or whatever? So anyway, let's real quick, let's just make as I was going through the chat and bringing up things, bringing up what the chat was saying, it looked to me like there are a lot of people who are swinging towards Eagles Claw. But
Hmm.
how many from our panel did we have? We had two from the panel, and then everybody else went towards Eagles Claw, right? So
Yeah,
we had
Steve's
two.
picking Eagles
Yeah,
Claw,
Eagles Claw.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bobby,
I did Eagles Claw.
Rich.
Yeah, it looks like Eagles Claw is the contender. So
Okay.
for this match, we're gonna go with Eagles Claw. Sorry to my panel, who picked Shaolin versus Lama. Tr- to be honest with you, it's a toss up. You could go either way. You
Mhm.
can't go
It's all
wrong with
it's all love. I mean, either
right.
one. They're both great
Either-
movies, but they're both great. So to me, it's like if everybody's picking Eagles Claw, more power to Eagles Claw. So let's move
Right,
on. That's awesome.
Mhm.
right. You can't go wrong either way.
No, you can't. No.
All right,
Mhm.
here we go. Here we go. Next round. Here we go. All right, mystery. Oh my god. Mystery of chess boxing
Oh, man,
versus
dude.
the invincible armor. Oh my lord! Now,
The
again,
plot
full
thickens.
disclosure, full disclosure. As I said earlier in the stream, we were watching movies today, and we went back just to watch them, just to just reacquaint ourselves with them, and this was one of them. Holy crap, is it good? And we watched the remastered version. Someone made a remastered version of it and cleaned it up, and it looks fantastic.
Oh wait,
Which
And the
one?
voices, the dub version still had the original voices.
No, no,
It was with
it
English subtitles.
English subtitles, but it was fantastic. It
You talking about
looks so
armor? You
good.
talking about armor or
yeah,
chess
which
boxing?
movie?
Mystery of chess boxing. Sorry.
Mystery of Chess Box.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
the UK
Mystery.
put that out for Eureka. The Eureka video put that out. You probably saw that print. That burned in subs.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the
Yes.
one. Yep.
Yeah. Someone posted it on YouTube, man, and
Yep.
it looked amazing. It looked
Yep.
really sharp, crisp. The colors were bright. Yeah, you kind of miss out on the, the dub of Ghostface talking because that kind of makes the movie. But it was fantastic. So we watched it. Invincible, we didn't get a chance to watch. We were trying to get around to it. Just wasn't enough time. So I'm basically going off of memory. Um,
Recency bias.
basically,
Mhm.
basically, yeah.
uh,
Um, so man, oh my god, this is so hard for me. A lot of people know, because I've talked about this for the past 2 years that we've been on the channel, how I feel about stop motion. Um, fighting in a movie, I
Mhm.
just it's distracting to me. It doesn't make sense considering the athleticism and the martial prowess of a lot of these guys. It was brought up in the last live stream that Tan Tao Liang in leg fighters, he had a groin injury. So then that makes sense, right? Because they don't, back in those days, they were trying not to stop the production of movies. They were trying to pump those movies out quickly. So I can understand that. And for that movie, I guess it's a little bit forgivable, but I'm not sure I understand why they did it in Mystery of Chess Boxing. Lee Min is an accomplished acrobat. So is Mark Long. So is Jack Long. So I'm not understanding why there was so much stop motion fighting in it. For me, as much as this movie means to me, it has a special place in my heart because of some things that I grew up on, and seeing this seeing this in the theater, I'll never forget that. Never. So it does have a lot of meaning for me. I just, man, the stop motion, it knocks off like point 0.5. So if I was rating this and I said, oh, Mr. Chess Boxing is a 10, now it becomes a 9.5 because of the stop motion.
Mhm.
Um, the invincible armor, man, it's like a chef's kiss.
No stop motion in that one.
None. It's just a chef's kiss. And it's actually the first movie that I seen Hwang John Lee as an old man, as a white-haired fighter. And I was like, is that Hwang John Lee? you know? And there's so much good stuff that's happening in that movie. There's a lot going on in that movie. And the choreography, the various fights, man. I mean, you got Philip Cole. I mean, it's for me. Again, I'm a slow. I need to speed this up. It's invincible armor by a hair, by a hair. So for me, it's invincible armor. What say you?
I was gonna say, can I take this one?
You want to go?
Actually,
Okay, Cub. Hey, sorry, everyone. Cub wants to go.
So if in case you guys haven't seen it, I actually put up a review for this on our Lone Wolf and Cub channel. Um, but for me, I'd say it's invincible armor, not by a hair, actually by a couple steps forward. Because for one thing, Mystery of Chess Boxing has the tried and true storyline of the main character going from, oh, I just want to learn kung fu, to, oh, he killed my mother and father. We've seen that a bunch of times. But with Invincible Armor, we have a storyline of a man who first wanted to recruit someone, then gets set up by said someone, and now has to try to clear his name. So I felt like that was a bit more interesting, a bit more intriguing. On top of that, there's the stop motion, like Dad was saying. Um, then we have uh, the fact that for John Liu, this was arguably his biggest step forward in movies because we're used to seeing John Liu use a lot of kicks, but he really went out of his way to use his arms and his hands for like the fights in this movie. He really went above and beyond his own skill set. So that was really cool to see. And then we've got the added bonus of Tino Wong Chung and like all of the moves that he could do on his own. I like that everyone already knew martial arts from the start, so we didn't have to waste too much time training. And when we did have a training scene, it was for the one technique that could beat the title, um, the title technique, Invincible Armor. So it was cool to see that there was finally a hard counter that could be prepared for Huang John Lee's signature move. Um, on top of that, we've got just seeing how like the rivalry between John Liu and Tina Wong Chung, like how like they start off not trusting each other, but how they gradually see each other's perspectives. Li Hoi Sang bringing the thunder with his moves. Um,
I'm gonna cut him off because he's showing bias. He's showing a whole lot of bias. He did the review on the channel, guys. We know who you're going with. Let's get the panel in.
Yeah,
Let's get the panel in.
it's so good.
Good job. Good job. Real quick, I want to throw in something before the next panelist goes. H Rich makes a great point. Mr. Chess Boxing, I think it held the record for consecutive months of showing at 46 seconds. I heard this before too, until Enter the Dragon knocked it out. I think Enter the Dragon ran longer. But if I'm not mistaken, H. Rich, you could tell me if I'm right about that. I believe that Mystery of Chess Boxing held the record for longest run at 42nd Street until Enter the Dragon. And let me know if that's correct. That's what I
It
heard. That was
did.
my understanding.
It did.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Who wants to go
I
next?
remember I used to go to 42nd. That's how I got into these films. Remember, I told you I used to go to all three theaters that they
Mm,
had. I don't remember the names of the theaters, but they would play three, three, and three. And I
mm,
would go there at 9 a.m. and get out of there at 9 p.m. And I can tell you this, I love Invincible Armor, but to this day, there are very few times that I've ever been to a theater, a movie theater, where I watch a film where every single person got up there on their feet multiple times throughout the film and they lost their minds.
wow.
And this was an incredible experience. I mean, I've had some doozies for you. There's this one guy that he watched a film where I don't remember the name of the film, but they were fighting in a forest, a lady and a man, and then they jumped up in the air and then they landed in the beach. And so they continued. As soon as they landed on the beach, a guy said, "Get the beat out of here, and I want my money
Mm.
back." Right? You used to see stuff like that in these theaters. It was funny. But again, like I said, there are very few times I've ever been in a movie theater where I watched an actual film where people lost their minds. Another one was Crippled Avengers.
Mm,
When Xiang Shang died in the end after he got hit with the darts,
mhm,
and they played that music and he fell over like that, people got up and started clapping. And
mm,
they kept saying short act, short act, short act, or long act,
mhm.
whichever one he was.
Sure that.
And but
Mm,
for that reason, I have to go with that experience. The only other film that I can think of that people went bonkers was when I watched Rocky IV in the theaters, and when he finally heard the Russian, they went nuts. So I'm
wow.
going with Mystery of Chess Boxing.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. All right. Who else?
Nice. I'll just say really quick. I like. Well, let me say I really, really like both movies. Okay, but of
Mhm,
Mystery of Chessboxing though, the iconic villain, obviously Ghostface Killer. Like everybody's always gonna remember that, and that's
mhm,
just part of history and hip hop history and everything. So that
mhm,
was always dope to me. But the con for me with Mystery of Chessboxing is like the wire work, if I remember, is a little weird sometimes, and it kind of would
mm,
Mhm.
throw me out of the movie
mhm,
versus Invincible Armor, like your son just said, that ending where you finally get the like they finally figure out how to defeat the master at the end, right? And,
mhm,
and, and
mhm.
and most people remember that. It's like the testicles go up. It's like, all right, finally they figure out how to get to him, and they
Uh-huh.
do that. But also the entire story was dope. The cameos in there. I just really like, and the beginning. If you catch me from the beginning, I remember they had again, I'm an Eagle Claw practitioner, so I'm gonna be biased. That Eagle Claw opening is dope to me.
Yes.
A lot of the points in there just really, really, that's a great rewatcher to me. So I'll keep it short and sweet. I'm going with Invincible Armor.
Okay. And in case you people in the chat and at home are watching haven't figured it out, he's already said it twice, but I'm gonna say it again. Quasi loves Quasi loves the Eagle Claw technique. So there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
But I'll get
yeah.
nerdy with Eagle Claws in different movies, so I'll break down why I like and dislike each one. There you go.
No, I
My bad.
like
You're
Eagle.
right.
I
Yeah,
like
I
man.
know, I
I
know.
like
His
Eagles
two
Claw too. I
favorite
know.
styles.
No, I like
Your
Eagles
two
Claw
favorite
too.
styles are the Eagle's claw and the cat's claw, right? No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Right.
Yeah, cat
No, I
claw.
know. I
Love
like
the cat
Eagles. I actually admire Eagles Claw too. Though I never actually studied it. I'm a Manus boxer, and I know that our schools have like this rivalry. You see it a lot played out in movies and what have you. But I admire the technique. There's a lot to that technique. I have a friend of mine who's a practitioner, and holy crap.
Actually, a lot of similiarities though between Mantis because I started
There
in
are
Mantis
some.
and then I
There are
transitioned to
some.
Eagle Claw.
Yep.
A
Oh,
lot of like
absolutely. Hooking,
similarities on both
catching. Yeah,
styles.
absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah. Okay. Who didn't go?
I think I didn't go.
Okay, go for it, BG.
Mhm.
Ooh, yeah, like y'all said, two iconic films. Uh but I seen chess boxes more than anything.
Okay.
The only my problem is I'm like you and the stop motion that got me.
Mm-hmm. So where you going?
But
Which way you
I'm,
gonna go?
I have to go. I have to go with chess boxing because
Okay. Okay.
I saw it on 42nd Street when it was running at that record.
All right.
Those
Nice.
were the times.
Nice. The good old days. Okay.
I mean, I got to say, guys, I love them
Please.
both. They're both iconic films. Invincible Armor has the iconic characters: John Liu, Wang Jang Lee, Philip Cole. I love them all, but I gotta agree with the consensus, with the comments, with the guru, with Tony. Just think about how Mystery of Chess Boxing opens. What is the dude doing? Is he sitting there fishing with his son, and he looks
Yeah.
over,
Yeah.
and then he goes, "Hey, how are you?" And he looks at him, Ghostface Killer.
Yeah.
Da, da,
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
I think he
da.
threw his
I mean,
I
and
think he
then he
threw
does
his
his
little
and then he
icon
does his
down.
moves, the kata. Every time he fights, he does his thing where he does the splits and he shows
Yeah.
all the style what he
Yeah.
does. That is
It's
iconic.
amazing. It's
It's
amazing. It's
iconic.
amazing.
Just every time he fights, he shows what he can do. Jack Long, Mark Long are just so badass and awesome.
Okay.
And the dubbing, and I am a hip hop guy. I love hip hop.
Of
So
course.
when it comes to hip hop and the Wu-Tang Clan,
I hear
Mystery of
you.
Chess Boxing's the one. I mean, like
I hear you.
I'm a Chicago guy to the heart.
Mm-hmm.
And like Tony was saying, when you saw that sucker in the theater,
Mm-hmm.
people lost it. They went
Yeah.
nuts.
They went
It's
So
crazy.
true.
I'm
Yeah.
going Mystery of Chess Boxing.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my Chicago people, McVickers Theater, Woods
Yeah.
Theater. Oh my goodness.
I
Yeah.
saw this. I saw this in
Back
the
in the
theater on a
day.
remastered print 2 years ago.
Mhm.
Standing ovation for 5 minutes after me was over. I
Nice.
rest my case.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we have? Because let me see. Let me know what's going on. Because I
So,
heard a lot. It was like a mixed bag.
so based off of the chat plus what was said,
Mhm.
um, it is leaning towards invincible armor, but it's closer this time.
Okay.
Like mystery, there are some like between the panel and the chat, there was some more votes for mystery of chess boxing, but invincible armor won out.
Hmm.
I will say if because I don't want my bias to speak through.
No, I'm looking. I'm looking here
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
So I will say the mystery of chess boxing's defense. I do think Ghostface Killer is the better villain between him and Huang Zhang Li's character.
No doubt. No doubt.
More of a showboater, but he also has a little bit of honor and respect to him. Like if you watch closely, like
he didn't kill that opening
The
fisherman.
family.
like
He
his
didn't
Yeah.
kill
family. He's like,
yeah. He's I don't want your family. I
I
want
just
you.
want you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
also the bit when he first sees Chisu Ten and he thinks he's got the wrong man. He's like, yeah, I'm guessing you're not him. Chisu Chen
He's a
was a man.
man. Was a man.
I love that.
Yeah.
So I do give Mystery of Chess Boxing points for him as a villain. Love his showboating every time before a fight and during a fight. It was just awesome to see.
Now that I did a count.
Yeah. Not just showboating. I mean, he did some of the most awesome poses you ever see in kung fu history, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no doubt. But
And the best sound effects in that movie too.
Yeah. Yeah.
somehow, and I don't disagree with everyone what you all are saying, but just going off what was in the chat plus us, Invincible Armor won by a hair.
It was closer though.
Yeah, by a hair. Okay, so we going with Invincible Armor.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you put that down.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Next round. I want to first of all I want to tell everyone in the chat and at home and my panel. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to make my answers a little bit more succinct because I don't want to slow down the show. Okay.
Hey, really quick, Ant. Sorry to switch
Yeah,
your camera back so we can see you.
Oh, my
Just
bad.
letting you know.
My bad. Sorry about that. So yeah, I apologize because I'm a college professor and I talk for a living. So I tend to sometimes wax philosophic on the topic. Like I could talk about kung fu movies like all day. Right. So I apologize. I'm gonna try to make my answers a little shorter moving forward. Okay. So here we go. Next, let me get out of this. All right, next round.
Passion, man.
I'm sorry.
Just shows your passion, man. It's
Oh
all
yeah,
good.
but I respect your time. I know you guys ain't signed up for a 6-hour stream. So. All
We
right,
got less movies this week, so it's all good.
Okay, so here we go. Next round. Here we go. The Way of the Dragon versus Warriors 2. Oh, you're killing me. Oh, oh my God.
Wow.
All right. I'm gonna go real quick because I said I was gonna go fast. For me, both movies iconic, both movies again mean something to me. One of my favorite Wing Chun movies of all time. Though I do think the Wing Chun in the actual movie is a tad slow for what I'm used to as far as application. But it is a good movie, right? Good comedy, great fights throughout the movie, fantastic. But if you're talking about a kung fu movie with realism, like realism, Way of the Dragon, right? I gotta go with it. Bruce Lee gives you multiple fights. He gives you the real deal, real speed, no crank cameras. He gave it to you. Um, Obviously the ultimate fight at the end. So if I gotta go between the two, and I have to go with which fantasy fighting, which I would consider to be in Warriors 2 versus real life fighting, I'm gonna go with Way of the Dragon because that is more of a depiction of what real fighting would look like, right? And I'm gonna go with that. So Way of the Dragon for me.
Dope. I'll just in the let's see. Well, I'll give the nods first to or the pros to me for Warriors 2, because like you, both movies do mean something to me. But in the spirit of keeping it quick, Warriors 2, Samo's movie, loved him in it. There's some key fights in it that I like. There's a badass double broadsword fight that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot more moments in Warriors 2 that like, oh yeah, that was cool. But overall, the just top to bottom feel of Way of the Dragon, and it's Bruce Lee's the one movie he actually directed himself. You see, he put everything, all the effort into choreographing that movie. So every fight just was like just so sharp, like, and the amounts of fights in it. I mean, the Tong Long character, obviously, he's just like a basically a fish out of water going to Rome, throwing into that culture, and he's just trying to help his family out. And but not even mentioning the Chuck Norris fight that most people remember that for. Even if you take something as small as like the Bob Wall fight, where he like he's going toe to toe with Bob Wall. Bob Wall thinks he's got him in this trap, and then Bruce Lee just kind of twists out of it and then kicks Bob Wall in the face. It's like choreography like that realism, you rarely see that. So just Way of the Dragon and then some for me, just because of all the minutia I just put in that movie, all the specificity or whatever the word is that Bruce, and all the loving care that Bruce put into that movie. The one thing I will say that always threw me off as a kid, and I'm so glad later I finally got copies of the movie where you get the Cantonese or Mandarin tracks, is like it always threw me off how like Bruce's character was like, with the boss, he's like, tell him I said this and this. It's like, bro, you're telling him yourself, you're speaking English, but then you see the Cantonese version, you're like, because he's speaking Cantonese, he needs to translate it. But anyway,
no, I'm gonna tell you something. No. It reminds me real quick, and I'm so sorry. It reminds me of something that I went through when I was when I was a little bit younger. I was dating a Mexican girl on the south side of Chicago, and her name was Alicia. And so every Sunday, all of the children would go to the mom's house for dinner. And so you would either, if you had a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you brought them. If you were married, you brought them. You brought your kids to this Mexican family on the south side house. And here I am with my black behind, the only black person there. And Alicia brings me, and I was like, man, your parents don't like me, this and that, blah blah blah. This is her mom with me standing right there. Ask him, does he want coffee? In English. Ask him, does he want coffee?
And that's what that movie used to
I'm
feel
right
like.
here.
Right.
Oh man, that was crazy.
But then later when I got the Cantonese version, I'm like, oh, I get it now. Obviously, he was speaking Cantonese the whole time. But
if I see him again, he won't leave here alive. I love that. That's a great line. But I gotta stop. I gotta real quick. I'm sorry to do this because we were trying to power through. All right, here we go. My man H. Rich. Put this in the comments. He said Warriors 2. Way is Bruce Lee's worst movie. Can we talk about that real quick?
And Seiza followed up by responding to H. Rich like, saying,
for real?
Me, no, Seiza said, for me, ETD is his worst movie.
Okay, but we're not going to side too off. Let's stay here real quick.
H. Rich.
I would just ask real quick, if that's the worst movie, then in comparison to the other 4 of the other 3, or like you adding Game of Death in there? So I don't know.
Yeah. What's the best one? Right.
To me, Way of the Dragon to me is the best.
Please, guys, please jump. I'm waiting to hear what Dan got to say. Dan, tell me, what do you think about H. Rich comment?
I mean, think about it.
Respectfully.
I mean, I'm just saying for me, I mean, Bruce Lee, this is his film. I mean, he was second fiddle when he came out with Big Boss. They did not know what they were dealing with. And then when he showed what he can do in Big Boss, they were like, oh, man. And then he went and did Fist of Fury. That was kind of a collaborative effort between him and Lo Wei. But if you look at it, it's kind of Bruce's movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that movie broke records. It went one after the other. So now they gave him total and complete control for Way of the Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
What did he do? Went to Europe, brought in non-Asians to get him with the fights. He brought Chuck Norris to the fold.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that he did. So I do not understand that comment, how it's his worst movie. But hey, everybody's opinion is valid. I'm not saying it's wrong or right. No, you know, we all agree to disagree, right? That's why we're on here. But
that's
I don't understand the comment. I would say his worst movie probably is Game of Death. Not fair to him because he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but
because
I mean,
it's incomplete. It's an incomplete.
Right, it's incomplete. Movie. That is B movie trash. The rest of it, other than the last 15 minutes.
Right.
You know, they had the cardboard face. You know, and
that was a joke.
Come on, how do you do that? Yeah. But anyway, I mean, let me get to my vote. You know where my vote's gonna go. I love Sammo. Sammo is my heart. I love Warriors 2. I love everything about that movie. It can't do me wrong other than the stupid Dean Sheik fight at the end. The guy, with the metal hat, and Sammo's flipping upside down. The comedy fight. Other than that movie's perfect to me. I love all the co-stars, the villains. It's amazing. But you got Bruce Lee. But come on, you got Bruce Lee. We got to give at least one Bruce Lee film another shot to go one level up in this tournament for me. It's Bruce Lee. Come on. You guys see what I got behind me, right? I got a shrine to Bruce Lee. He's the reason why we're here, gentlemen. Bruce is the reason why we are here. And just think of this, H. Rich. What would have happened if Bruce wouldn't have passed away? How much things would have changed as far as the trajectory of kung fu movies to this day? Because he was already changing everything with his choreography, with his quickness, with everything he brought to the table. If he would have lived, half of these stars, these movies that we're talking about now, probably would have never existed. So he is an icon. He is the reason why we're here. So I got to go Way of the Dragon. And I'm not taking anything away to what anybody's saying in the comments, but you got my vote, Bruce.
Yeah. May you help me?
Sure.
John Ben.
Some Chinese
spare ribs. Listen, real quick, silliness aside, I don't want to step on people's toes, but I just want to just interject for a quick second on the Bruce comment.
Please.
You guys are talking about Game of Death. I know the original movie, the 78 movie, is trash because it is, and that's because they had to splice stuff together. But if you can get a hold of the original, like they finally found a lot of that archive footage that Bruce was actually filming. When you see those OG fights, what it was meant to be, so much better. And when you kind of like see what, like where the story was going, it's like three guys, not just him. They were all trying to climb up this pagoda to get to the final level.
Right.
When you see those fights unedited and how they were not unedited, but the whole actual fight. So much better. And I think that probably would have been like Bruce's best movie up to that point had he lived.
I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if someday somebody does like a Snyderverse, like kind of what they did with the Justice League movies, where someone gets all that footage and somehow tries to make
it. Gentlemen, it is already out. If you have a Region B player, Arrow Video put out a Bruce Lee box set last year. And they have all the uncut footage. It's called The Final Game of Death. But it's Region B only. So you gotta have a multi-region player to play it.
Good driver,
but it is called, the box set is called Bruce Lee at Golden Harvest.
Okay.
And it has all four of his films on it. It's complete films.
Are they all dubbed then? Because I do have a player
they're subtitled, they're everything. It's the Ultimate Edition. Look it up on YouTube. Just do a search for the Bruce Lee box set from Arrow and look at the unboxing. It's amazing. But like I said, it's already out of print, but I think you can still buy the individual discs. But yeah, so Kwanzi, it is out. But like I said, you have to have a multi-region player to see it.
Yeah. Okay. I got a copy of the the original DVD when they released that extra footage. So, and yeah, like you're saying, watch that because again, more perspective. Even really quick, I'll give you guys this. If you haven't seen it, that last fight with him and Kareem, there's more to the fight because Kareem does not just wearing glasses to wear glasses. He's got eye sensitivity. And you see that when you see the extra footage. So I'll leave it at that.
Nice. Okay, so what are we saying here? I mean, as a group, are we all going with Way of the Dragon? Is there anyone here who's going Warriors 2?
Way of the Dragon.
Let me go. Tony has something he wants to say.
The only reason I'm going with Warriors 2 because a lot of times when I rank these films, or at least for myself, everyone has their opinion. I always go by which film would I watch if I had to on a daily basis. And for me, Warriors 2 is more entertaining and I agree with Dan that ridiculous fight in the end is silly. It should have been cut off the film. But I can watch this film every day. Whereas The Way of the Dragon, as fantastic as it was, as iconic as Bruce Lee was, the fact that he set the path for all these martial arts films, which is something you can never ignore. I feel like I can watch Warriors 2 more than I would be able to watch Way of the Dragon. And that's kind of like the way I felt with Mysteries of Chessboxing, Invincible Armor. I could watch the Mystery of Chessboxing way more often than I would Invincible Armor.
Sure. Hey man, hey, there's not again. This is all subjective. Everyone has a right to their opinion. You actually have someone in the chat. We got a new person in the chat named Michael. What's up, Michael Richardson? Salute,
Hey, Michael.
man. Thanks for being here. And he agrees with you. He says, sorry, Warriors 2 for me. You don't have to apologize, man. Welcome. We appreciate you. Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for being here. Okay, but I think overall, I think we have a consensus.
I'm looking at it. So it's closer. Michael Richardson, Tony, H Rich, and one more person, I think SD, all say Warriors 2, but everyone else was saying Way of the Dragon.
Okay, so it's not a consensus, but we do have Way of the Dragon in the lead on that one, right? Okay, so we're gonna go with that one again. We're gonna go with Way of the Dragon. I'm gonna mark that one down. And we're gonna move on to the next one. Okay, here we go. Everybody ready? God, dog.
Seriously?
Man, bro. Oh my God. Chinese Super Ninjas versus Heroes of the East, aka Shaolin Challenges Ninja. Man, I love these movies so much. I can't even tell you. I think I have 3 copies of both movies in my collection. I have like it came out, then it came out again, then it was digitally remastered, then it came out in Blu-ray, and I got it each time. I love these movies. Chinese again. I like colorful movies. I like the story in Chinese Super Ninjas. I love movies where they're not afraid to kill off major characters, and as you all know, it's a staple of Venom's mob movies to kill off Lo Mang early in the movie. He rarely makes it to the final fight. But his fights when the ninjas were infiltrating while he was already stabbed and he would not give up and he was trying to save his master from suffocating. It was epic.
His first one too.
Yeah, and the opening fight scene too is fantastic. I mean, it's legendary. Heroes East, again, a movie where my man Gordon gets to show off various weapons. I love the story. It's all based on misunderstanding. The juxtaposition of Chinese culture versus Japanese culture that's built into the story through the prism of a marriage. I absolutely love that. I think it's ingenious. In fact, I would, if they said, "Hey, we're doing a crowdfunder. We want to redo that. We want to remake that movie with today's stars." And they wanted Jet Li to play, not Jet Li. They wanted Donnie Yen to play Gordon Liu's character, and what's my man name from he also was in John Wick too, the Japanese dude.
Oh, Hiroyuki Sanada.
Yeah,
Henry Sanada.
And put him in the Japanese role and redo that whole thing and make a movie of that. I would go watch that.
That would be dope.
So yeah, so I think that
Rock paper scissors for this is crazy.
Because I don't have. I actually don't have.
You want me to sway you dead?
Sway me, son.
All
Please.
right. There is not a single fight in Chinese Super Ninjas that for me is a weak one. Even the ones where like some of the lesser known guys in the gang, like the hero gang,
The water fight is trash.
That is a good fight. That is cool too, and I'll tell you why, because it shows us what the water ninjas are capable of and how much they underestimated them. So even that one works. Weakest fight in Heroes of the East, hands down, is the wrestling one, because
The big one. Yep, I agree.
right, because they both
Yeah.
cheat. You've got the dude who's waiting until 12 in the morning to start the fight, and then you've got him putting oil on himself to try to weasel out of his grabs. And I wasn't a fan of it.
Shoo, you cheat, I cheat. What you talking about?
No. It made sense. It made sense. It makes sense for both of them to cheat that way.
Okay.
You're not trying if you're not
as
cheating.
Purely as
But I was gonna say that too, DK. That my vote was gonna go for Super Ninjas over that, even though I love both films. Don't get me wrong, but it's because I always wondered what would have really happened had Gordon Liu fought that wrestler.
I would have liked to see a straight up fight with them under fair conditions.
He would have lost.
Yeah, and then we probably wouldn't have had the movie that we had.
Would have lost. Yeah.
So like sure, this movie, like it was cool seeing how they both like cheated for that fight, but purely as a fight, I feel like that is the weakest point of this movie.
Yeah.
But other than that, everything else is great, and it's one of the only 2 Shaw Brothers movies where no one dies, so it does get points for that. But yeah, Chinese Super Ninjas has so many iconic moments. The water glide, one of your favorites.
I always got a kick out of that scene. The fact that they made it look cool is what I say. Okay, at least they made it look cool.
It was hilarious. I loved it.
But if you saw the look on my wife's face when she saw that, she's looking at me like, "What in the world are you watching?"
Yeah, just so many cool moments, so many unexpected moments, seeing how like they lose badly to the 5 elements the first time, and how like with preparation, just 4 of them with like better tools, better knowledge, better training, completely take over the second time around is just awesome to see. That one moment when the invasion happens, like where they just completely wipe out all the audio, where the ninjas come in.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
Yeah.
Lo Meng trying to defend his master. It's so many iconic moments.
Okay. All right. All right. You didn't necessarily sway me, but I understand. I understand. What else? What you got, Dan? Hey, I love that cover. That's one of
This
my
is a
favorite covers.
custom Blu-ray
Yeah,
cover I had
I've
made
seen that
because
cover
this is
before. I love it.
this is the USA poster, and I had to have it in a Blu-ray cover. I have a lot of
Hey.
customs.
Hey.
I love Heroes of the East. It's great. Shaolin Challenges Ninja. I love it. They both films feature ninjas. Of course, 5 Elements more because they're predominant in it, but you got Karada and Gordon Liu going at the end, which is iconic fight. Great iconic fights in that. I love the plot and the clashing between the countries is amazing, but everybody at the end is, friendly and nice and helping each other out, which is great. But come on, you got Super Ninjas, man. You got the iconic opening when they showed a ninja manual at the beginning and the voiceover, and they're showing all the ninja weapons, and then the opening fight with all the weapons with the 2 rival schools.
Yeah.
And then I like what DK brought up when they're all fighting and they're coming in, and then Chandler Man's got that thing. He's like, shh, and then they move, and then they go again. He does it. He goes, he does it again. It's just those little things just are so amazing. And I'm sorry, Tony, you brought up the last stream. The young kid that took over for the Venoms, Ricky Chang or whatever his name is, the newer kid. Like I guess they call him the baby Venoms. They were the next ones coming up after the Venoms. And yeah, I mean that movie just so iconic to me. I love it. I mean that was one of the first movies I saw. There was a video store on 79th Street in the city in Chicago where I started going as probably a teenager, where I started getting into these films. And the guy gave me Super Ninjas as something to get me into the genre, to start liking martial arts films, and that was one of them. So I can't go without leaving this chat and this tournament without voting for Super Ninjas. I love it.
I remember seeing a preview for Super Ninjas in between films in 42nd Street when I used to go back in the days, and I said, "Oh, this film looks good." Little did I know how great it was going to end up being.
I mean, yeah, it's just amazing, bro. Just all the different elements, the wood,
Yeah,
the fire, the earth. I mean, all the elements are just amazing. The way they're portrayed on film and how they go to the second master, how to beat them, and how he shows them how to beat the elements. That's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
All right.
The
I'm in.
good,
I'm in.
the
I'm
gold,
in.
the wood, the water, the
Come
fire,
on.
the
I
earth.
mean, hey, OG, are
I'm
we
in.
starting to sway a little bit, OG? Are
Yeah,
we?
yeah, you
Come on.
did. You did. I'm in.
Huh?
I'm in. I'm in. I'm gonna go with Chinese Super Ninjas.
Final battle, the
Yeah.
ending where they break
Wow.
that Earth
All
symbol.
I can say, and the man can be taught.
Wow.
I'm gonna go with Chinese Super Ninja. You know what? Listen, I did love that Heroes East Nobody died, but when they are fighting the final villain, and he's got I don't know I'm not very strong with Japanese weapons, so forgive me, but he's got those things on his feet, and he seems unstoppable,
Unapproachable.
and he's like cutting all those dudes up with those feet, and I was like, holy crap! And there's a lot of blood. And it's
Those are
like,
like
oh
foot
my god,
hooks.
those what'd you say? Say that again.
Those are like foot claws.
Yeah, those foot claws, man. Now I just thought about that. That was incredible.
And it was such a hard-earned victory that the last guy of that group had to sacrifice himself just so that they could finally stop him once and for all.
That was Ricky. That was Ricky.
Yeah.
That was good. Okay, I'm on. Who hasn't gone? Who hasn't gone? Quickly, so we got to keep it moving. Yes, Quanzi, go for it.
I haven't gone yet. I mean, listen, if you're already swaying towards Super Ninjas, I can't stop you. I will say Super Ninjas, one of the greatest openings of all time. So one of those movies that caught me in the beginning and the openings. And I think when I first saw it as a kid, I was really into the ninja stuff. So I was like, everything was dope to me. Into the ninja, you know, like all those ninja movies. So this fell right in line for me. Plus, you've got some of the Venoms in there. But Heroes of the East is just. We talk about story, right? So to me, the story also sways me more, just a little bit more in Heroes of the East, because here you got a guy, again, it's a misunderstanding, like you said so eloquently in the beginning. You know, like the guy's married to his wife and has a misunderstanding with her, and the Japanese versus Chinese, and our ways better than yours, and all this stuff. But then you have this learning moments in it, right? So it's like you've got Lar Garlong actually choreographing some of those fights that are amazing. The two-sectional staff versus the guy, you know, the great Bruce Lee dude, and you know, the spear versus spear, and what makes it different, because we got the red tassel on the Chinese spear, and they don't. That's basically, people don't know and they collect the blood so your hands don't get drenched. Things like that, those fine-tuned things you learn about. It's just and the fact nobody dies. I'm not mad at
he's pulling me back.
Being like, hey, you're killing it, dude. I love it. But kind of like, you know what's great? Who just showed the box set of Super Ninjas where you showed the box set? It's like the Super Friends, right? There's like a superhero kind of movie, and I dig it. But when it gets like more reality kind of based for me, Heroes of the East. Plus, you got Drunken Style, or Garlong's character. Gordon Liu's got to emulate and be like, oh, I can use this, and it works. So every step of the way. The only like, I'll get back to the the baby oil / the Diddy fight. Yeah, I'm not with that one. Other than that, I'm sorry. Okay. And I will give a shout out to the dude with the sigh with the twitching nose thing. It was a little silly, but that was still a good fight. And then I mentioned this last week. It's like a katana's not gonna a straight sword's not gonna be able to fare against a katana.
Correct.
They just chop straight down with the katana. You're not blocking that with a gi. But other than that, Gordon Liu's one of his, like, it's a top-notch top 5 Gordon Liu movie for me. And in spirit of, like somebody said, because we want to keep one Bruce one in there, I'm putting the stamp down to keep one Gordon Liu movie in there.
Oh my goodness!
I'm bringing in
dropping the mic.
I don't know what to do now.
I'm bringing in a counterpoint that you yourself brought up, Dad.
Okay. Quickly.
Gordon Liu's hairpiece.
I actually read in the encyclopedia now what that was about.
Yeah.
Because there was some
cameras back, guys.
They had some stunt scenes that they wanted that he couldn't do, and Lau Kar stepped in and did those scenes. So it would be easier for him to wear a hairpiece, and then Lau Kar could then have his hair similar to his. Or you could have Lau Kar shave his hair off, which he wasn't going to do.
Right? Yeah, Lau Kar actually did a couple of pieces, like the spear with the red tassel. You can
Correct.
tell from the back that that was Lao Lama.
Correct.
Lau
And
Kar
so
Long did
it's
the 3 sectional staff helicopter spin. When you see that,
correct.
that's Lau Kar Long
And
as
so
well.
it would be easier for him then to wear a hairpiece than have Laukar shave his head and be
Right.
bald. So
And Gordon did
after a
that in
while,
Fist and Guts too, guys. You guys saw Fist and
yeah,
Guts,
fist
right?
and guts. Yep.
He
Yeah,
did
Fist and
that
Guts was
where he
great.
had the wig the whole time, and then at the end he turns into Santee when he
Yeah.
fights the finale with
Lole, right?
Lole.
Lole.
And but, you know, that's
Lole.
another movie that's a garbage
That's a
movie, but
great
that's
fight too.
a
That's a
great
great
end fight.
I love that
But
fight.
the
Yeah.
movie itself is not good, but the
Yeah.
end fight's
That end
amazing.
fight is dope. Yeah. And to be honest with you, in Heroes of the East, you forgive it after a while. You just get used to it. You know, you're used to seeing them ball, but after a while, the hairpiece, you kind of just forgive it and just accept it. Man,
I
Quasi,
never had a
man,
problem with the
You made a lot
hairpiece.
of good points.
Quasi, you brought me back, bro. Oh my god.
Damn, man.
Listen, man.
We tried, Dan. We tried.
Listen, man. I'm sorry. I gotta go back. Heroes East, man, because again, we see so many movies where people die. It's ingenious to make a movie where nobody dies. When we know, all of us grew up, a lot of us grew up in the hood, and we know that a simple insult growing up back in the day, people died over an insult. Like I grew up around like a bunch of like Latin kings. I grew up around like a bunch of disciples and all that type of stuff. And even the slightest slight could.
Yeah,
And
even
in
just
this
stepping on
movie,
someone's sneakers.
right, stepping on someone's sneakers. And in this movie, insulting an entire culture, right? And nobody died. And please accept my sword. I mean, all it, bro. Quasi brought me back. I'm gonna rock with Heroes of the East. I think that the Venoms already got a movie already that made it through 5 Deadly Venoms. So I bet you it's some people in the chat who probably think the Chinese Super Ninja is going to win out completely. For me, I'm going with Heroes of the East, and I stand on that.
It's not just you. So, yeah, like Quasi he made a lot of good points for Heroes of the East. He's standing on that. You've got it. I think H Rich is also taking it. Looking at it, most people did pick Super Ninjas though, and I think who else was on the panel said Heroes?
Well, I didn't go yet, so
Okay,
Oh,
what you
BG?
got? What you got? B quickly.
I love both. But Quantum made the point of Heroes East of these, and I'm going with Hero of the East.
Heroes of the
Okay.
East. Okay, great,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Another convert.
Okay, so what we got? What you got? Give me a tally.
So most people picked Super Ninjas.
Yeah.
Though, yeah, there were some picks for Heroes of the East.
There were a couple. Yeah.
Yeah, you H Rich,
Overall,
Quasi, BG.
overall superhero. Yeah, Super
Who
Ninjas
won?
did win. It looks like Super Ninjas. We got me and Quasi and BG as far as in the panel, but in the chat,
H Rich, yeah, he picked it.
a lot of people went with. Well, Michael Richardson went with Super Ninjas. H Rich went with Heroes. The Guru went with Heroes. Bobby Coltrane went Super Ninjas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Super H Rich says it's non-reality. Okay. What Bobby Coltrane pick? Oh, Super
Bobby
Ninjas.
picked Super Ninjas.
Super Ninjas.
Heroes of the East is pretty like feel good though.
It
Like if
looks-
you want to watch a story where no one
Yeah,
dies,
but Chinese Super Ninjas wins. Chinese Super Ninjas. Okay,
Yeah,
let's give
it's
it.
in here.
Hey, we tried, man. Hey, Quasi, we tried, bro.
Hey, listen, all I can do is put my vote in. It's subjective, and I love it. So hey, I get
All
it.
right, all right.
You took away my mysteries of chess boxing, but you couldn't take away my super
There you
ninjas.
go. See, there it is. It evens out. It evens out.
Okay, so all right, here we go. Let's keep it moving. Here we go.
Yes, sir.
The hot, the cool, the vicious, and the invincible kung fu legs. So
Oh, great. That's
I'm gonna
great.
start this one off real quick. Full disclosure, we just finished watching the hot, the cool, and the vicious before we went live today. It's an easy pick for me. Invincible kung fu leg. Who's next?
Sweet. I'm right up there with you. Again, I said this last week. Invincible legs. it made me want to be a better kicker when I first saw the movie. I only recently saw the movie, like, and it did. It, like, the kicks are dope. I mean, and the kicker, if I remember right, isn't he in both movies, or am I wrong? I think
Yeah, he's in both. He's in both.
Yeah, he did both, right?
Yeah.
So his skills are just off the chain. Plus, in the leg kicker movie, you've got the Mo character that's just that ground fighting sequence.
Pern
When
Gang,
when he's fighting, he's the retired guy. Like, it's sick. It's just so sick. The kung fu to me is just on a better level to me. And then when they combine everything at the end to defeat the master, you got, granted it's the team up at the end to defeat the master, but that's usually how a lot of these kung fu movies end up anyway, because that grandmaster is so dope. But I mean, the level of the kung fu is dope. The kicking is off the chain, and the acrobatics. There's that ground fight though in the middle when they're like, "Hey, you're gonna tell me where dude is?" And he's like, "Forget it." Like it goes around. Just watching that fight tires me out. So I'm just like, just imagining how long that must have taken to film and get all that stuff right in the sequencing. Yeah, leg kickers for me too.
Oh, yeah, that's a dope. And he's vicious. He's like, Mogu Fong, tell me where Tan Hai Chi is, and maybe you'll still have enough time to go say goodbye to your wife.
Right, and they killed the wife, right?
Yeah, they killed the wife.
Killed the wife, big splatter of blood on the window, and he's like, "No, my dear,
my dear." Oh my God, it's incredible.
But he's still flipping around, kicking butt. And it's
oh my God. Let me throw in one other quick thing real quick. And when Pern Gang, they team up on him, he switches from his kicking style. He's got another style. Hey, there's little Tony. What's up, little man? What's up? Little Tony in the house.
Say hi, everyone.
Right? Tony Jr.
Hello, sir. How are you?
What up?
All right. I love you. Say Kung Fu forever.
Kung Fu forever. That's right.
All right. Oh, but I love you.
All right. Who wants to go next? I'll stop talking. Who wants to go?
Oh man, I gotta go leg fighters.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the fact the daughter was a spoiled child, like a spoiled brat, and it took Bo couldn't break her. But when Tanai Chi came there, he broke it. When he let Ding Dong and Ding Ding just beat her up.
Right.
Yo, I'm like, yo, with the names. That name.
Yeah. No, you're right. They broke her, and she was like, Master, I'll listen to you. I'll listen.
They broke her that day. And he had to let them do that too.
Yeah, for sure. What you got, Dan?
I mean, they're both Lee Soy Nam.
Got them both, my man.
They're both Lee Soy Nam, right?
And I'm coming to Dan's house. Dan is like an hour away, like 45 minutes away. Hey man, I'm gonna get on the 294, man. I'll see you in a minute.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous you're that close to him, man.
They're both Lee Soy Nam, right?
Yeah.
But if I had to sway one or the other, and the iconicness of them and the craziness with the fights and all the choreography, I gotta go leg fighters.
My man.
Leg fighters for me.
My man. Dude, how you get your hands on that Blu-ray copy of Hot, Cool, and Vicious?
I believe the person is in Finland or somewhere in Europe.
Okay. It plays on a region.
All regions,
really.
And it has Challenge of Death as a bonus film on there too. Both are remastered. Both are remastered.
That's one of my secret little joints right there. Is it remastered?
It's 2K remaster through somebody did it on their own, like with a program. Okay. So it looks really good. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than the VHS and the DVDs that are out. So it's good.
Hey man, we gotta talk after the stream, bro. We gotta talk after the stream. That's what's up. Okay, so
is it dubbed then?
It's both. It's got the original language and dub, and it also has. Awesome. Have you guys ever seen the documentary that came out in the '90s called Top Fighter?
Yeah.
That's on there too as a bonus.
Wow. Holy smoke. Yeah, we gotta talk after we gotta talk, bro.
I'm here, bro. I got you.
I'm going to Dan's house, man. What's up, man? Chicago's fire, bro. I'll go over there and get me some Puerto Rican food. All right. Anybody else? Does everyone else go?
I would pick leg fighters for me. I love both films. I love the end fight of the Hot, the Cool, and the Vicious. I love the fact that it's like someone mentioned earlier, the level of kicking goes up several notches in leg fighters.
Okay.
I like the ground style too. It reminds me a little bit of was it the Five Shaolin Masters where Meng Fei was learning how to fight in the ground so that
Yeah.
when he
Yeah.
fought Beardy in the end,
Mhm.
yeah, so that kind of reminded me of that too. I said, wow, look,
Yeah,
he's
that
got
was
it.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because when my brothers and I grew up and we were watching Meng Fei doing that, I said, wow, look at that, he's breakdancing the fight. You know, we didn't know any better. He's breakdancing to beat Beardy and stuff. We call Beardy Thundering Mantis for him. And my vote is for Blood Fighters for this round.
Okay. All right. That's what's up. Thanks, Tony. All right.
Mhm.
So it sounds like we're a consensus. Yeah.
Yep.
We're all going with leg fighters. In the
Yeah.
chat, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Most people said leg fighters.
Okay.
I will say 2 points in favor of the hot, the cool, and the vicious. I think the villain, the end villain that they fight at the end is a little better. With like his pale skin, the echo in his voice, the extra gold hair, and his moves. Like I thought he was pretty distinct as far as like a villain goes. I still like the leg fighters villain though.
I like the guru. The guru's like me. It's like certain phrases in the movie that always stick with me. Phoenix, stand back and watch my kung fu. I love those lines, man. That stuff's great, man.
There's some iconic lines like "You may be king of the north, but not here you ain't."
Not here you ain't. That's great, man.
So
hey, Dan, people are filling your collection in the background, bro. They're filling your
That
collection.
collection is sick.
Loving
Yeah,
it.
it is.
Loving it.
You got a
Loving it.
crazy
All my
collection.
movies are in a crate. It's just one big crate. One of these days, though, I'm gonna set it up so that it's like yours. I'm gonna have to do something like that.
Yeah, I've always loved these films, and I'm like, if I'm gonna collect them, I'm gonna collect them right. I mean, people collect cars, people collect comic books,
Yeah.
but I'm into these martial arts movies, so I want the best version available if I can find it. And if there's no cover, I'll get somebody to make it or make my own custom cover. So I
Yeah.
love all that.
D, we're so glad that you're a part of this community, man. Thank you so much, man.
I love y'all. I love y'all. I
We
mean,
love it.
to me, this is the ultimate because these are films I love, and
Mhm.
I love all y'all. And we just talk about this stuff and hash it out. You can't do
Yeah.
this nowhere else. I can't go to my friend's house and talk about this. They're talking about football. They're talking about playoffs. They're
Yeah,
talking about
Right.
Final
yeah.
Four. I can't
Right.
talk about this kind of stuff. So I'm just happy to be with in y'all presence.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. One of these days, because I believe that this specific crew could probably speak on this stuff. One of these days, we're gonna have a a, a live stream where we just talk about our childhood. We all just talk about our childhood so that we can still incorporate kung fu movies, but then we could talk about Johnny Sacco and his giant robot, Space Giants, Ultraman, Spectreman, Battle of the Planets,
I love
Magilla
all that
Gorilla,
stuff, OG. I love all that
Adam
stuff, brother.
Ant, all the
Man,
cartoons, Speed Racer.
man.
Really have a great. I think that would be a great stream just to talk about our
Yeah.
childhood. So thank y'all. I mean, I if I haven't said it already, man, I appreciate you all for being here. Thank you so much.
thanks everyone.
Always.
All right,
Thanks for
so here we
having
go.
us.
Thanks, man. All right, let's move on to the next one. So we got Invincible Kung Fu Leg winning that one,
Yeah.
and we are Superpower versus the 7 Grandmasters. Again, I'm gonna be real quick on this one. I don't know how Superpower got in.
Oh shit.
Don't get me wrong, I love this movie, but for it to have made it
This far.
is crazy. I do like the Nature Fist. I know it's a thing, but I like it, and I like the depiction of it, like the wind, the water, all that cool stuff. I like the villains, the 3 brothers, dope. But I don't think it should have made it this far. 7 Grandmasters is a freaking classic, bro.
Mhm.
That's a classic. So I'm just rocking with that one right off the get. It's 7 Grandmasters for me. What you all got?
Yeah, me, I'm just going to make it quick as well. I'm going to pick the 7 Grandmasters. I'm with you. I actually like Crystal Fist better than Superpower, me
Okay.
personally. But at the same time, I wasn't too crazy about how he beat the Horse Fist in the end. He resorted to trickery and
Yes.
making believe that he was scared and jumping from all the way up and God knows where and landing and kicking him. It's like, I said, nah, that's not. So for me, 7 Grandmasters, I'll keep it short.
Real quick, the Guru wants to know what did Superpower go up against last week? Do you know?
I can't remember.
Can't remember, man. We can look back.
I'm digging it up.
We can look back afterwards. But What was I gonna say? Okay, so Tony's going with 7 grandmasters. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Who's next?
Superpower is one of those where I used to watch it and be like, why isn't Jackie Chan in this? And then it's just like everything seems like it should have been Jackie. It's cool, like you're saying, the whole nature fist thing, but 7 grandmasters, just the story. I mean, a grandmaster retiring, but wait, no, you're not the grandmaster. And then
Yeah.
the guy comes up, no, I want to learn from you, I want to learn from you. And then the classic kind of like the student comes to beat the master because of a misunderstanding, and then they both team up to fight the main villain at the end.
Yeah.
It's just all the elements to it are just doper for me. Storyline, martial arts, 7 grandmasters for me.
Okay. Who else?
Oh,
you want to go?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
wanted
DK, go ahead. You go ahead,
Okay.
DK. Go ahead.
I just wanted to add to Quasi's point. I thought it was cool how technically for the majority of the journey, the master didn't really have to. He had the title. It was it. But for the sake of honor, he had to go out of his way to prove that he deserved the title. So I liked that aspect. And plus, to Quasi's point about how they teamed up, it was nice that even though he was out of commission, he was still giving call outs for Lee Yi-min's character to like do certain moves in order to counter the final villain. So I thought that was cool.
Okay. All right. Who wants to go next?
Yeah, Seven Grandmaster is just a better film. I mean, it's more polished, more better
I was waiting
production.
for you. I was waiting for you to bring out the DVD or the Blu-ray.
I don't have them all, brother. I don't have them all.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, I mean, because that came out in Region B. I'm not Region
Okay.
3. I just go.
Okay.
I go all Region or Region A. But yeah, that came out in 2021. I think there was a Joseph Kuo or Joseph Koo box set. Yes, it was a part of it. So it's a really nice box set. But
okay,
I do have a rip of it. I got a rip of it. But
nice.
Yeah, it's a better film. It's more polished. Better actors, better choreography, better story, better everything. So I got to go 7 Grandmasters.
Okay, nice. Anyone else?
I do 7 Grandmasters for me.
Okay.
Just like everybody. Yeah. Everybody done made the point. So
okay.
the storyline was what made it.
Okay. That's what's up. All right. Good. Okay, looks like a consensus on that one. So 7 Grandmasters will advance over Superpower.
Right. And to answer H Rich took Superpower. Wow. And to answer the Guru's question, Superpower beat Born Invincible. From the last part of the
tournament. Okay.
That makes a lot of sense.
Okay. Now we get it. Okay. All right. Okay, good. Here we go. You know what, man? Can I just say something? I love everybody here's opinion, and I love that. And I'm gonna give a shout out to my man H Rich. Hey man, I got mad respect for you, man, because you don't just go with what everybody else is going with. You kind of remind me of somebody that I knew when I was growing up. You're not trying to be contrarian. These are really, hey man, I talked to this brother. This is really his opinions. He's not just being contrarian. He really feels the way that he feels about these movies. So
yeah, he's very knowledgeable.
Yeah. He's very knowledgeable. And when he says superpower, he means that.
Dude,
hey man, I got a lot of respect for you, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here too, man. Appreciate you.
I love the other point of views.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, here we go. Moving on. Oh my god.
Magnificent, right? Yeah.
Really?
This is the final matchup in this round.
I'm not voting.
That's how I feel.
Magnificent Butcher versus Iron Monkey. I'm gonna let y'all go. Let me grab something real quick. Y'all go for it.
Let's see. Well, I think if I were to give a take on it, I'd say the one thing that Iron Monkey does maybe worse than Magnificent Butcher, for me personally, is the final fight. I think, like, I know they lean into like those wuxia stunts a lot, at least during that era of kung fu movies. But I don't know. I felt like that was. I wish I had gotten more straight up fighting, like how the end fight was for Magnificent Butcher. True, Magnificent Butcher does have like the it was kind of a supernatural ability, the cosmic palm, that. But putting that aside, like once that was done away with, it was just straight hands, and I love the back and forth between them. Um, so for me, I'm gonna say Butcher, but I'm interested to hear what everyone else has to say.
So I'll flip the script on that. Love Magnificent Butcher, and they're both Wu Ping movies, right? So I think the benefit is you see Wu Ping in the 80s, what he could do, versus you see him in the 90s, what he could do, and you see the evolution of the fighting styles. Is just and Donnie Yen is just spectacular to watch, just on screen. I mean, the guy hasn't lost a step in all these years, but watching those fights, I think I told you guys last week. That was the first movie I ever saw Donnie Yen in the early '90s, out of college, and I was like, or still in college, and I was like, wow, who is this dude? Like the caliber of the fights in that movie, and like you're saying, the last fight does it drones on because they're on the poles and everything, a little too much wire work, and yes, the cranking at the camera. But there's some of those fights, man, like with the when Donnie Yen busts out the umbrella and he's just like, and then even everybody has a moment to shine with the young Wong Fei Hung, his fight, and even though he gets taken out, it's still like masterful to watch. The final fight where the monkeys come together and they whoop butt. The calibers of the fights to me is just a little more top tier. And again, it's Wu Ping the evolution, 80s versus 90s. I will give a shout out though to Magnificent Butcher, because not only you have Sammo Hung, but you also have the original actor who played Wong Fei Hung in that one, and that's a nice touch. So when I do rewatch that movie, I'm like, yo, this is the OG Wong Fei Hung. So, but my vote's gonna be for Iron Monkey.
Nice.
Who's next?
I would take, for me, Magnificent Butcher, because of, again, the like Quasi said, the end fight with the pose, that kind of turned me off a bit. Even though the fighting in the movie was spectacular, I love it when he did that multi kick on those monks.
Yes.
I thought that was
the shadowless kick. Yeah.
That was pretty awesome. And I'm like Dan. I'm a massive Sammo Hung fan. Even though I'm also a massive Donnie Yen fan. I love all the movies in the Ip Man franchise. All his Fist of Legend, you name it. Donnie's done it all. But for this round, I'm going to pick Magnificent Butcher, because I don't think you can go wrong with a Sammo Hung film.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
All right.
It's tough, I know.
Yeah, it is. It is, man. These movies mean a lot to me, man. Listen, Iron Monkey is iconic. It's a great movie. Yes, the camera, the speeding up of the camera sometimes is a bit silly. It's fantastic. I love that Donnie Yen in a movie titled Iron Monkey, that the role that he is not playing, he upstaged the title character in his charisma, in his fighting style. It's fantastic. But again, like Quasi said, the final fight is it's a little bit lame. A lot of balancing and he knocked out this pole from underneath my foot. Let me catch you on this pole with my. It's a little bit of it's almost too unbelievable. But it's good fun. It's good fun. And again, if you are blessed to get your hands on the Media Asia copy of the Blu-ray or DVD, then you are lucky, because the remaking of it, and I'm not sure if it's Tarantino. I believe it is.
It's Tarantino, yeah.
Yes, Tarantino. That dub is, in my opinion, unwatchable.
Trash.
I can't listen to.
Don't watch that one.
Yeah, I can't listen to what sounds to me like suburban kids from Connecticut doing a
But not just that. They ruined the original sound effects too. The sound effects from the first one were way better than the one.
Right. And they ruined it. And I don't know why.
And they cut it too. It was cut.
Yeah, I was gonna say they edited a lot out of that one.
Yeah.
Don't watch it.
And I can't think of any other reason that they did it other than hubris. Because, and again, I'm not gonna get racial here, but sometimes in our life and in our world, we tend to center white looks and white voices as making that the dominant, right? And they think, well, our dub is going to be better. People are going to appreciate our voices on it. They don't want to hear those Australian, because that's who they were. A lot of those guys were Australian, right? Who did the dubs that we love. And they're like, well, they don't want to hear that. They want to hear our voices. And that's not always true. It's kind of like what I remember my uncle used to tell me when he used to listen to his old LPs. For you young folks out there, before back in the day, we used to play on these little black discs. They're called records, right? And he used to tell me that the sound of a record, and when you hear that, like
Scratch.
the scratching sound when you
Mhm.
put that needle down, he said that will always sound, in his opinion, sound better than like what's on discs and things of that
Yeah,
nature.
like a compact disc. Yeah.
Right. And so for me, I know some people say it's corny and it's cheesy, but I actually like those dubs because those are the voices of my childhood. That's what I remember.
Hmm.
Right.
So
And so
100%.
yeah, and so yes, I have a fondness for Iron Monkey. However, Magnificent Butcher, man. I mean, come on, bro. You've got Quantok King, who, in my opinion, is Wong Fei Hung, right? I mean, he did like 200 movies as as Wong Fei Hung. A lot of people don't know that. And his fight with
Lee Hoi Sang.
Hoist Hangley, or whatever way you want to say it, is epic. And then you've got these matchups that happen in the movie. You've got, like I said, you've got Lam Chan Ying fighting Yung Biao after they had already made Prodigal Son. So it was like for them to come back together and have a fight of them going at each other.
Wei
I,
Pai.
I thought that was fantastic. You got Wei Pai. I never seen Wei Pai fight so good. Uh, I thought that was fantastic. The character that plays Crazy Cat, I love that.
Fan
I,
Mai Shang.
I love it. And then Sammo Hung showing up. The girl was like, "Dad, some guy wants to beat me up." Oh, and crashes through. I freaking love that scene. It's so great. Hands down, I'm going definitively Magnificent Butcher for me. Who hasn't gone?
I didn't.
Go for it.
BG.
It's really tough. I might have to go with y'all on Butcher.
Hmm.
Okay. What about Magnificent Butcher you like so much?
Just about everything. Just like you said, the original Wait for Hong.
Mm-hmm.
That calligraphy fight was the
Yeah.
fight for me.
Yes. Yes.
That was the fight.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Good. Thanks, BG. Good job, man. All right. I think that's the end of that round. That was for that, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't go, but I'm going
Yeah,
Butcher
there we
too.
go.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
so sorry.
sorry.
I apologize, my brother. I'm so sorry, man.
See,
Please.
I got to show my custom on this one too. So,
Oh, that's awesome.
Hey.
That's
Oh, that's
awesome.
nice.
Nice
and then
and
you know
clean.
what though?
There
To
you
me,
go.
this is kind of unfair because when I think of old school martial arts kung fu flicks, I think probably late 60s to like mid 80s. I
Right.
understand that this was a group poll and people voted. I mean, now if you were to say Iron Monkey versus Drunken Master 2, because they're both 90s, that's more of a comparable pick.
Right.
Because you got like, the fast up fights, the all the clunky, not clunky, but all the special effects at the end on the poles and all that. I love Iron Monkey. It's amazing. I love it. But when you got Magnificent Butcher, you like I said on the last round one, you got Wu Ping and Sammo at their height. They're just killing it. You got the calligraphy fight. You got Quantok King. You got Wei Pai fighting the monkey dude with the pole. You got the fight with Yan Bu and with all the knives and everything and everything. I just love all that. And the finale is amazing with Lee Hoi Sang. It's just you can't get much more tip top when it comes to kung fu with Sammo and Yemu Ping and Magnificent Butcher.
I was actually surprised in the final fight that Lee Hoi Sang wasn't killed, but I think I think the outcome was probably for the best, considering that he didn't really deserve it, even though he was a bully. It was more so his son that deserved what he got
Yeah,
at the end.
his son did most of the bad stuff in the movie, and then
Yeah.
he paid the ultimate price. He lost his son, but then he had to fight in his son's honor because he killed his son. So it makes sense that they fought at the end.
Hmm. I think I said this before, but I felt like that's kind of what he needed as an excuse to take out the other group because of the disrespect he suffered earlier from Kwantak King. But um, But yeah, it's just a really good movie all throughout. I love Fan My Shank's portrayal of the beggar Sue archetype. Just seeing how he handled the training with Sammo Hung. We talk about how deceptively fast Sammo Hung is, and it really shows in this movie.
Hey, if you guys don't mind, can you guys keep talking? Tell us how you feel about what how this first round went, how the first round went, how the second round went. Can you just give us a little bit while I'm trying to get everything together here?
Yeah,
While
we
we
love
move on.
we'd love to hear your thoughts.
I'm loving this so far, guys. I just have to say, and I'm not one to defend Tarantino, but I do remember reading, since you were talking about Iron Monkey, I think there was a rights thing as far as being able to use the same voices when they dub. So I think that was part of the reason why they had to do those silly dubs for that. I hate that version of the movie, by the way. I think everyone should get, if they can, the original OG version of Iron Monkey, because that's just the one I watched as a kid with the actual subtitles. But as far as I just want to make that point. So I don't think it was completely all Tarantino just trying to completely whitewash it. I will say though, that's also one of the reasons why the Wachowski brothers did. So people that forget why they chose Wu Ping to direct The Matrix, because they saw that movie, it was brought to their attention. I think Tarantino had something to do with that. That being said, this whole tournament is dope to me. Like I'm really enjoying, everybody's points of views on the movies. There's a lot of things I forgot again about some of these movies I hadn't seen in a while. Full disclosure, I went ahead and just took some notes because last week I was going a lot more on memory, and like Ant and you and Cub watched some movies. I watched bits and pieces of some of the fights from the movie so I could really just jog my memory more. But that helped a lot with round 2 for me. I'm just enjoying everything. So there you go for me.
Awesome.
Yeah, I agree too, because I could probably be happy with the fact that these aren't a lot of movies I would pick, because I would pick the completely different list probably, but being that it's just based on these films, that what the fans picked and everybody that voted in OG and in their poll. So because I would have made one completely different, with like half these films wouldn't have been on here on my list, but it's not my list, so I'm just happy to be a part of this. And
speak to that though. Tell us, give us some movies that you would have actually
No
picked.
Prodigal Son, WTF.
Yeah.
Prodigal Son right here. Prodigal Son.
Okay,
all right.
I'm mad about
Here's another one. How about this one?
What's that?
Oh, The Victim.
Yeah.
The Victim.
Yeah.
What is that? Look at this.
Oh,
Yeah.
one of my
This is another custom I got, and this
They
is
did
the
make
movie that made me a martial arts geek that I am today. If it weren't for The Victim, I'd probably be a different person.
Okay.
This film is just iconic to me. I love it. But
Yeah,
and like I said, eight
Diagram.
diagrams is my number one.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Number one. So, but yeah, this is an
Absolutely.
awesome list. I love it, and I can accept the fact that we're voting on this, and we all have our agree to disagree and everything. And I love all the comments everybody has, and I love everybody's getting swayed one way or the other. OG, you're getting swayed by us, and it's vice versa. So I just think it's fun. It's fun as heck. So I think we're having a great time.
I'm really appreciating this. Yeah,
it is a lot of fun.
Okay, so hey man, listen, again, I'm having a blast. It's like, man, I wish we all lived like near each other, and on a day like today, where over where I'm at, was we like 60s today or something like that. Like, just throw some stuff on the grill,
right,
and just kick back, and all of us just kick it and just talk.
Eat on,
and
drink on.
Put something up on the big screen and enjoy some arrachera and just kick it. Oh my god!
But at the same time, it's great to put a name to a face. So we have the modern technology we have now, so we can actually talk and have a live conversation and be live and share it with YouTube, with the world. So the way technology's come, even though we're not in person with each other, we kind of still are, because we're talking live to each other. So
correct.
There really is no better. There really isn't.
Right. Absolutely. Okay. So I think we are ready now to move on to our Elite Eight. Let me just bring it up full screen so everybody can see. Can everybody see that okay?
Yeah.
Let's see
yeah, it's good.
Okay. So here we go.
Wait, hold on. Did Mystery is Chessboxing won? I thought it lost. Am I tripping?
Am I wrong? What won? Oh,
no, it won.
Right.
It won.
It
did
won.
win?
It didn't
Okay,
win
my bad.
by a hair.
It won by a hair, but it went
My bad.
effect. Yeah,
No, Invincible Armor won.
Did Invincible Armor win?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was
okay. Oh, my bad.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
My bad. Sorry about that.
Because I remember Tony was like, "You got my you took out my movie, but I got yours."
Okay.
You
I
took out
can
my mystery
confirm
My bad.
Chessboxing,
out
right?
of all of these for the remaining 8, the closest one was Mystery of Chessboxing versus Invincible Armor.
Okay.
There you go.
All
Okay.
right. Great. So here we go. So we're gonna stick to this screen moving forward. And we're gonna do it a little bit differently. So for this screen, there's no bells and whistles. There won't be any posters won't pop up or anything. This will just be strictly we're gonna be Xing, putting X's. So I'll be putting an X over whichever one loses, and then we'll advance up till we get to a final 4, and then we'll do it. Everybody cool with that?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
sir.
good.
Okay, great. Fantastic.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So here we go. So in essence of time, because again, I respect you all's time. I don't want to, hold you guys longer than I have to. So I'm gonna keep mine sweet. Also, by the way, I want to say thank you all. I appreciate because for those of you that don't know, we had some trouble with the very first stream that we did. YouTube was striking us for language because we were using certain words. I don't believe that we've done that in this one. I haven't heard any keywords that have been used that would hinder this video, God willing.
You might still have to look just.
I still, yeah. Well, we won't know until we know, right? But I want to thank you all for you guys are absolutely doing a fantastic job with the language and everything. So thank you so much.
Love to see how active everyone has been in chat too.
Yeah. Oh my God, chat, you've been fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so here we go. Our first matchup in the Elite 8 is 5 Deadly Venoms versus Chinese Super Ninjas. Somebody go.
Unfair matchup to me. 5 Deadly Venoms is just the cult classic when I was a kid, as I mentioned before.
Clash
But
of the Titans.
yeah, as I said before, though, that intro on Chinese Super Ninjas, yeah, man, just chef's kiss on that. And then all through the movie, it just the levels of the fighting and everything just keep getting better and better and better. And if I'm just watching a martial arts movie just because I want to sit there, shut my brain off, and just watch the straight up fights and kung fu genius to me, I'm watching Chinese Super Ninjas over 5 Deadly Venoms. As much as I even hate to say that, because 5 Deadly Venoms is just such a cult classic for me. But that's my vote, Chinese Super Ninjas.
So Chinese Super Ninjas. Okay.
There you go.
All right. Next.
Yeah, I got to say for me, they're both comic book s films. They're both iconic in their own ways. Venoms is probably more popular and it probably made more money and it probably went more crazy in the theaters when it came out back in the 70s and Times Square and all that stuff. But I think overall, I think Super Ninja is a better film. Same director, but I think Super Ninja is more polished. It's got better scenes. All the iconic imagery with all the 5 elements and everything. It's just unbelievable. I can't say enough about Super Ninjas that I haven't already said on on both of these rounds. So for me, for these two, I got to go Super Ninjas.
Okay. BG, what you got?
I gotta go Chinese Super Ninjas.
Okay. All right. Chinese Super Ninjas for you. I guess I'll go. Tony, you back?
Get back.
Oh,
There you go.
go.
Yeah, I got knocked off, and I've been
Oh, okay.
listening to you guys all this time, waiting to get back. So,
oh, fantastic. Sorry about that. Go ahead. What you got? Which one you got?
easy for me, Chinese Super Ninjas.
Chinese Super Ninjas. Okay.
Mhm.
Man, I can't believe I'm about to say this. I'm gonna rock with y'all, man. Chinese Super Ninjas. Although 5 Deadly Venoms, again, this is my mentality. If I'm on a plane and I'm on a flight, right, and it's a short flight, and they offer me those 2 movies, which one I'm gonna go with? I'm probably gonna go with Chinese Super Ninjas because 5 Deadly Venoms has a bit of a slow burn, right? And it could if if you on a plane, you might fall asleep. Chinese Super Ninjas, right, bam, right out the gate, right out the gate, fight, right, 10 fights, 10 rounds of combat, it's right out the gate. So I'm gonna rock with Chinese Super Ninjas. DK, what you got?
All right.
Oh, yeah, for me, I'm rocking with all of you on this one. I think I said before how Fearless Hyena and Spiritual Kung Fu were like my first kung fu movies, period. Like my first two for sure. My third one, Chinese Super Ninjas. I watched it with my dad on like a VCR.
Yes, sir.
And that was the movie that made me like much more interested and hooked on kung fu movies as a whole. Like the genre, the martial arts genre. Once I saw that, I was all in. And yeah, it's so good. So many iconic scenes. Five Deadly Venoms is awesome, but yeah, the fight scenes are few and far between. They're there. They're just there's not as many. I feel like they both have some of the same elements like deception, treachery, but Chinese Super Ninjas has that and then some. Like so the same elements, just more of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
My man H Rich in the chat, he actually went with Five Deadly Venoms for the
Yeah,
storyline.
it looks like it's reversed in the chat compared to the
Respect.
panel.
Respect. You think so? I see.
You got to get a good count.
I see Super Ninjas, Five Element Ninjas, Five Element Ninjas. So SD. Okay, I see what he said. I mean, he meant five. He meant five deadly venoms got dog walked. He expected it to be a lot closer. Hey man, we're not saying that Five Deadly Venoms is not incredible and we love the movie.
Yeah.
But
yeah, not by a long shot.
yeah, but what we're saying is that if you're talking about between the two, you got to go with Chinese Super Ninjas, at least from my perspective, because again, there's action. It's action during the credits. During the opening credits, they bring in the fire, right? And then it just keeps going. It just keeps going. And I mean, you go from the opening fight. After the opening fight, you get the actual battle between the five elements. You get my man getting stabbed in the groin and his stuff is hanging out, right? And from that, you go to ninja infiltration of the base, right? And then you get the guy he escapes, and then he meets his new master. Then there's like a great training sequence, and then
the ninja master takes over.
Yeah, it's like nonstop, bro. It's nonstop. So, if there's a movie that I could get Mrs. Wolf to sit down and watch, it's that one. She's like, oh, I like this movie. She likes that movie, right? It's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. Five Deadly Venoms is great. SD. I'm just saying, as far as between the two, I got to go Chinese Super Ninja.
The Guru.
Yeah, it's either a lot of fighting or a lot of scheming, right?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I think we can all agree then that Chinese Super Ninjas won.
Yeah, the Guru's just quoting now from the movie.
He just quote, loss of a fight means loss of a life to a samurai. Fantastic. All right, so let's move on over then to the Litso Nam side of the game. We got Eagles Claw versus Leg Fighters. So who wants to go first? It's like nobody wants to go first. They all like, nah.
This is a hard one. This is a hard one again. This is a harder pick for me because again, the Leg Fighters mean so much to me. That movie, the techniques and the kicking and the just level of fighting. But Eagles Claw just has that story that I love. Like I said earlier, I love the infiltration thing and the spin on that. The Eagle Claws, versus Mantis aspect. I'm actually going to lean. I hate to say it because I love Leg Fighters so much. I'm going to lean more towards Eagle Claw on this one. Eagles Claw.
Okay. Tony, what you got?
I still am gonna go with the leg fighters on this one.
Leg fighters.
Again, because all the different types of leg techniques and all the different types of kicks. I think that you don't see too many films that have that higher level of a variety of kicks for me.
Okay. So leg fighters for you. Okay. Dan, what you got?
Leg Fighters as well. I like them both, but I mean, Leg Fighters I remember that one more when I was a kid. I loved it more, and I like Eagles Claw too. They're both good, but I mean, I got to pick one or the other for the sake of the tournament. I got to go Leg Fighters.
I got that same copy, Dan. I got that same one for sure. That's a great one. Okay, what you got, BG?
Leg Fighters.
Leg fighters. Tell us
Leg
why.
fight.
Tell us why.
Uh, it's just like Tony said, the different styles,
Mhm.
and like I said in the last round, they had to break Phoenix, which was hard, which was kind of hard to do from being so from being so spoiled.
Okay. All right. That's fair. The guru says, I'm still surprised Eagles Claw beat out Shaolin versus
Yeah, I
Lama.
do agree with
Now
the
it's
guru.
time
Hey,
for
the guru,
revenge.
I'm on your end. I'm on your side, guru. I
Hey,
agree.
the guru, I'm with you on that one too, brother.
Eagles Claw story is dope though. But
Freaking hilarious. Let me chime in real quick. I was just say that man, again, I love Eagles Claw. I love the story. I love the the switching and the of it all. Love the sound effects, love the opener, love the I just love all of that. I love it. And then I totally forgot. Cub just reminded me
Mhm.
of the pole slamming into the ground every time he's about to get it in. Yi Shang, that was dope. Um, I love it all, but man, leg fighters is just so much fun. Even with the stop motion, which again I hate. I sound like a hypocrite because I complained about it in Mystery of Chess Boxing, but for leg fighters, having the understanding that again that Tan Tao Liang had a groin injury, knowing that now, I forgive it. And so, and I just got my Blu-ray copy. That was one of the movies that got messed up in the fire. So I just got my Blu-ray copy of Leg Fighters, and I love it. I love the DVD extras. I love that they interviewed Lee So Nam and got to talk to him. That was fantastic. If you haven't copped that Blu-ray, you should absolutely get it. Um, it's a lot of fun.
Amazon?
It's a lot of fun. I got mine through Amazon. Yeah, I got mine through
Okay.
Amazon. Uh, and so Leg Fighters is a lot of fun. Um, I like. I always laugh. He always laughs when I laugh at the scene where Chin Fa, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
Chin Fa is like he keeps trying to help. I'll call her mistress. He keeps trying to help her and trying to stop the master from torturing her. And his voiceover is just so funny. And
He ends up getting spanked.
oh, I'm done for. I just love that stuff. So I'm gonna go with Leg Fighters. Leg Fighters is a lot of it's like fun. Sometimes you watch a movie and you watch it for the murder and the intrigue, like an Eagle's Claw. And then sometimes, man, I just want to laugh. I just want to laugh and have a
Hmm.
good time. And Leg Fighters does that for me. So so yeah, I'm gonna go with Leg Fighters. Who
Nice.
hasn't gone? Quasi, did you go?
Thought Quasi went, but I could
Quasi
be
went?
wrong.
I think the only one that goes DK. Did you go DK?
Oh no, I haven't gone yet.
Okay, go for it.
So for me, I'm gonna say leg fighters, even though I would have wanted Eagles Claw to go ahead, because Eagles Claw has a lot of cool elements to it. It takes itself very seriously, and I dig that. I like the tension of not knowing whether like the Eagles plan would work. Um, but yeah, like Fighters is pretty entertaining. If you look at it as like a comedy, it's pretty cool. I think it's a more flawed movie than Eagles Claw because I think what took me out of it was definitely the ding dong and dong dong stuff. I didn't care for them at all.
yeah.
Uh, but Chen Fa's comedy, like his was funny, and seeing how the masters conducted themselves was nice. I also liked, to BG's point, like after the main character, after she finally gets it together and starts listening, I liked seeing how she matured from that point on. So yeah, ultimately I gotta say, even with all its flaws, including the stop motion for Tan Xiao Liang, I'll take Leg Fighters over Eagle's Claw for
I
sure.
can't believe you have a problem with ding dong. Ding dong and dong dong. Okay, boo boo. What do you say, boo boo? What's that, Yogi Bear? Hey, boo boo.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
That's
a
funny. Okay. Going by what we saw in the chat, and Bobby Goldrick said the guru's hating. Going by what we see in the chat, as well as for everybody
Uh-oh.
here,
Uh-oh.
I think that there is a like you said, uh-oh.
Hmm? What's up?
Someone said,
Well,
uh-oh. Got me scared.
that
That's BG.
That was me, buddy.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Judging by what we've seen here, with the exception of a couple of us, I think the consensus here is that leg fighters wins. All right. Everybody cool with that?
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here we go. We moving down. We're getting closer. All right. Uh in our next fight, we have Invincible Armor versus 7 Grandmasters. I know this is gonna be tough for a lot of people. Go for it.
I'm gonna go with 7 Grandmasters again in this one. Again, only because the storyline is pretty awesome. The fight scenes are pretty awesome. The fact again that he had a choice to retire and decided to continue to prove that he was worthy of the title that was given to him. I think it's more entertaining for me, and then not that Invincible Armor is not, but I have to pick this one. Plus, Invincible Armor knocked out my mysteries of chess boxing.
You guys are revenge voting now. What's up, bro? You
That's
guys are
funny.
revenge voting. Okay, so you're going with 7 Grandmasters. All right, BG, what you got quickly?
7 grand,
Seven
just for the
grand.
storyline. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good for the storyline. What you got, Sifu?
This is a little tougher. Love the story in 7 Grandmasters. Invincible Armor, though, I just really enjoy that end fight so much more. You know what? I'm gonna lean Invincible Armor on this one. As
Okay.
much as I do love 7 Grandmasters, yeah.
Okay. What you got, Dan?
Yeah, I'm going to Invincible Armor because of the cast. I love that cast. R.I.P. Philip Cole. You know, Kofe, I love him. Wang Jang Lee, one of the greatest martial arts villains in the history of martial arts cinema. So, you know, nothing against 7 Grandmasters, but we gotta sway one or the other. I gotta go Invincible Armor.
Okay. I'm gonna let you go.
well, I want to be sure of the tally here. So, BG, you said 7 Grandmasters, right?
Yeah.
All right. Same for Tony.
Yeah,
Quasi,
I
Quasi,
said
what'd you go? Which
seven
way did you go?
grandmasters.
I went Invincible Armor.
Invincible Armor for Quasi.
All right. So H Rich said it, SD said it, BG and Tony. I'm going down with Invincible Armor for me. Um, it's still like, as much as I like the storyline for 7 Grandmasters, for the student side of the story, it's still that same. I want to get better. I want to learn kung fu, and I want to get revenge for my parents. It still follows that same trope, and I want to go like outside of the tropes. So I feel like Invincible Armor tried to tell a better, or a story that set itself apart from the norm.
Okay. For me, 7 Grandmasters is an iconic movie. It's got great fights, a lot of variety of fights, but then at some point it kind of it falls into the trope of the typical student who got picked on, and eventually he gets better and then he beats the students that were picking on him trope. And that's like a 20-minute kind of swing. There's also a little bit of not quite sure what the motivation of the villain, uh what was the motivation of the villain is not exactly crystal clear um in the way in which they, at least the way in which they present it in 7 Grandmasters. But Invincible Armor tells a really good story. You've got some great fights, and it's overall it is a good movie overall, right? 7 Grandmasters is a great movie with great fights, and it's got a decent storyline, but then it gets a little tropey with the students who sucks, but then eventually he gets better, and and then he beats up the students and becomes like the better student. um I'm leaning towards Invincible Armor. I'm gonna go with Invincible Armor.
So let's see.
That's
What
something.
Quasi said.
Quasi
Yeah,
went with
Invincible Armor.
Quasi got Invincible Armor.
All right. So from what I'm seeing, this is the first one that has a split tie even. BG,
Wow.
Tony, Michael, H Rich, and SD says 7 Grandmasters, while Bobby, me, Dad, the Guru, and Quasi say Armor.
Wow.
Just split down the middle.
Okay.
We gonna let the chat decide?
I never actually didn't anticipate that happening.
I don't know.
None of us saw that coming.
What about the chat though?
Oh, wait, tiebreaker.
Wait, Caesar.
Caesar. He
Caesar's
said
in.
armor.
Yep. Caesar broke the tie.
He broke the tie.
Caesar came in at the last minute.
Oh man.
Yep. He says Young. Oh yeah.
Wow.
The Young trio. He going with the invincible armor.
Yeah, Simon Yoon.
Woo.
I mean, no, Yun Biao, Corey Yoon. They're both in it.
Yeah, he saved my Canadian
wow,
bacon.
that was close.
Yeah,
it was a tie up until he came in.
That was fantastic. Okay. Woo! Okay. So then it is invincible armor
by a hair.
Okay. Here we go. All right. For Way of the Dragon and Magnificent Butcher, our final matchup in the Elite Eight. What you got?
All right, I'll go. Because I bet I'm the only one that goes. Well, maybe not. Way of the Dragon is just top notch. Again, one of my top 2 Bruce Lee movies. I was reminded too, for those that are really interested in like to nerd out about behind the scenes, there's a book that came out a few years ago that I got. It's called the Bruce Lee Chronicles. They do behind the scenes on the making of Way of the Dragon, how they did all the scouting for the locations and all that. Just really primo, amazing stuff. There is no cat style in Way of the Dragon, so Magnificent Butcher, as much as I love it, there's none of that outside of
try to yuck my yum.
The quality of the fights and just butt kicking in it, from kicking a Hapkido leg master guy to kicking the Bob Wall guy to just the street thugs in the back to finally Chuck Norris. I mean, every fight just the escalation to the final end and the adaptability too. I always got to mention that. I forgot to mention that last week. Bruce fights Chuck rigid style in the beginning and then has to adapt and finally get his own like cat-like kind of fighting style. Shout out to his cat
Love
in
that.
there. They kind of accentuate that with that, and that's how he finally beats Chuck at the end, because he adapts and does his own thing, gets the legs moving and all that, pumping, and he's got his strut to his step. So I'll say again, Way of the Dragon.
Love it.
Hey,
I'm gonna stop real
Quasi.
quick.
Yes, sir.
Quasi.
Yes, sir.
Didn't Bruce take out that guy in the hallway or in the house like a cat? Did he do like a cat style?
Yes, yeah. It was like a little. Well, okay. It was a little bit, but he wasn't using any funky, what you call it. But anyway,
pile on. I'm gonna say this right now, Tifu. You know I love you.
Yeah, right? Love you back, bro.
Becoming one of my new brothers in the game. Hey man, you better stop trying to yuck my yum. I'm gonna let you in. I'm gonna let y'all. Everybody watching this, everybody listen to Sifu Mac. Okay,
all I can say is
listen to me.
Just so Dan knows, there's no made up styles in Way of the Dragon. There you go. Let me clarify. There you go. Please.
Well, okay, ready? There's no such thing as sleepy fist. There is no such thing as emotional kung fu.
Right.
There is no such thing as cat's claw. Right. There is no such thing as cripple fist. Right. And guess what? I love it all. I love it all. Suspension of disbelief. Enjoy what you enjoy. We know that there's no such thing as these things. Nobody's going, we get it, but we love it. So, yeah, we know that. We know that there's no such thing as a lot of these things. There's no invincible armor. No one's doing this and then getting struck and they don't feel it and all that stuff. We get it, but it's fun. It's good fun. Yeah. And I get this a lot because a lot of times in my comments and on Instagram, people are like attacking. Oh, this is so stupid. Nobody could do that. No kidding. But when you go to the movies, right, you don't say, there's no robots that can go back in time and kill Sarah Connor. There's no real thing. That guy in that blue suit and that red cape, the guy, there's no one who can really fly. Yeah, we know that. We know that, but we enjoy it. It's Superman. It's supposed to be.
Yeah, like taking a point.
But I love you, Quaz. You know that, bro.
Love you back, bro. Love you back.
With all
your cat styles and all that. Love all you.
Yeah.
Have it.
Taking a point from De Blasio, like Crippled Avengers, the metal arms, those don't exist. Nothing that crazy, but it's still
but it's really cool. It's a lot of fun. Okay, let's see. So who didn't? Dan, did you speak on it on this matchup here?
No, I didn't speak on this.
Please.
That's a rough one because I love Bruce, I love Samo, but I already got my top two already right here. I got them.
Okay.
I ain't gonna say them, but I
Okay.
got my top two.
Okay.
And to move to the next round, for all intents and purposes, I'm sorry, Bruce. I love you. I got a shrine here, but I gotta go Butcher.
Okay. So
I gotta go Butcher.
all right, BG, what you got?
Much as I love both of them, and I love Bruce, I'm going Way of the Dragon.
You going Way of the Dragon?
Way of the Dragon.
Okay, nice. It looks like we lost Tony, but I think he just texted me. Can you add me? Tony, I'd love to add you as soon as you come back into the studio.
I don't know
when you come back into the studio, I can add you.
I don't know if he can hear us. Well, he might be watching the stream.
If you're watching the stream, Tony, I'll add you back. Just enter the studio. Use the code. Real quick, since I didn't actually say what I was going with.
Yeah.
Oh man, it would almost seem tragic if a Bruce Lee movie didn't make it to the final. I know we'll hear it from the chat. I know I will for sure. Man. Of all the movies, again, it almost feels criminal if we don't have a movie that has realism in it, a little bit of realism in it as far as the fighting style. Man, but Magnificent Butcher just has so much to offer.
Hey, OG, what are you watching on that flight, bro?
Oh,
you got a short flight. What are you watching? You brought it up many times. What are you watching?
That's okay. There you go. You
watching
just swayed me right. You swayed me right there. Bruce, you know I got love for you, bro, but I got to go Magnificent Butcher, man.
He's watching the Cats.
That's you put it that way, Dan. I mean that's it. There's two.
I'm not one to sway one or the other, but I mean,
man.
which one is more fun? I love Bruce. Don't get me wrong. I love him. That's a Way of Dragons iconic. I love him. I got them both. I ain't gonna say anything about either one of them. But I gotta go Butcher.
Yeah.
Tony's asking for a link, but I'm not in StreamYard.
Tony's asking for the link. Let me get it. I mean, I could put it in a chat. I hope he can see this. Give me a second here.
Yeah, the StreamYard link is in your video, guys. When you go live chat, and when you click on live chat, it's right at the top. So
it's at the very top, yeah.
You should be able to click on the top.
I hope he can.
It is right there.
There he is. He's back.
Yeah, sorry about that. I keep getting for whatever reason.
No, you're good. You're good. Since we have you, real quick, tell us who you got in this final matchup, Way of the Dragon versus Magnificent Butcher.
Did you see what I put in the chat? I said on my flight back to New York, I'm going to go with Magnificent Butcher all day, every day. Pretty much.
Magnificent Butcher. Man, Sifu Quasi, I'm so sorry, man.
No, man. Hey, listen, it's everybody's taste. I'm all good with it.
Yeah.
I tried, Bruce. I tried.
I still respect you, Sifu Quasi.
It's not about me.
Okay, so Bobby
I would just be on that plane watching Way of the Dragon.
Yep. Bobby Cole.
Yeah, I'll be watching both. I'll be going like this.
Bobby Coltrane gave Samo Butcher for the win. Magnificent Butcher from the Guru by a small
H. Rich
edge.
says it.
H. Rich also says the same thing. You know what's interesting too? Again, there's no such thing as planet kung fu, right?
Cosmic
kung fu, Pluto, Saturn. Yeah. But it's so much fun though. It's a lot of fun.
Listen, I love Heroes of the East. There's no such thing as crab style, but I love that movie. Like
That's
you heard me
right.
talk about.
In my mind, there is a such thing as crab style.
Right.
He made me believe in crab style. I'll tell you that.
I believe it was.
I mean, listen,
did a hell of a job.
I would have had a tougher time picking between Heroes of the East and Way of the Dragon. So.
Hey, by the way, if you haven't, again, go on my channel. I have top 5 crab style kung fu movies. So it may not be a crab style, but there's 5 movies out there that believe it is.
Right.
So, please check that out if you get a chance.
Crustacean kung fu.
Crustacean kung fu.
Right.
There's no shrimp style either, but it is in Mysterious Footworks of Kung Fu.
Yeah, it is
shrimp and crab.
Right.
Do they have a shelf? Do they have a shellfish style?
Shellfish style. That's awesome. Okay, so it looks like Magnificent Butcher is looks like Magnificent Butcher wins for that one, right?
Yeah, and if I
Michael Richardson says Sun and Moon Kung Fu. Yeah, 7 Commandments of Kung Fu.
and if I can make one more point about Butcher, it's that with the final fight, yeah, the Cosmic Palm does get kind of ridiculous with how like supernatural it is. But once they cancel that out, I love how it's just straight hands, just who is better than the other in terms of skill.
Yeah,
That's
it's great. Okay, so as we're getting down now, we're down to our final 4. You guys got to watch me work, so apologies. I'm gonna bring it up.
Mhm.
We have Chinese super ninjas. We have leg fighters.
Mm.
We have invincible armor.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that is an
And we
right
have
there.
magnificent butcher.
Wow.
This is our final 4.
Are we deciding the winner today?
I'm sorry.
Are we deciding the winner today?
This is
We're going all the way, bro. We're going all the way.
Okay.
we're deciding the winner today. Absolutely. All right.
Okay.
So what we doing?
Because I'm hoping to be able to make it to the end because I'm gonna have to put my son to sleep soon. So
All right. 7:30. Oh, it's 8:30 where you are. Okay. All right. So
yeah.
let me hurry up. Let's get some music going in the background because gotta put your thinking caps on. Here we go.
I mean, I'm just happy that Samo made it to the final 4 for me. I mean, I love Samo, and he's the big brother out of all the the 7 little fortunes, and how he came up with Yembu and Yemwa and Jackie and them, in their training and how they came up. So I'm just so happy that one of my all-time faves, Samo, is in the top 4 because he's probably number 2 for me because I love Larkar Lung, Pops, and then Samo. So I'm just happy that one of them is in the final 4. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Yeah, he's just a special martial artist, man.
He is.
To this day, I still cannot figure how someone as heavy as he's been all his life can move the way that he moves. It's unbelievable. I've never seen that before. I mean, name a film where you've seen someone his size move the way he does.
And then it's crazy because he only has one film where he slimmed down, which was Eastern Condors.
Yeah,
and he's amazing in that. That's in my top 5 as well. But I just love that movie as well. I mean, that easily could have been in this competition as well, even though it's a war film / martial arts. But that movie is crazy too. I love Eastern Condors.
Plus his skills as a director too, and a choreographer. So it's like people forget about they always think about Samo the actor, but Samo the choreographer, Samo the director is still right up there with a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Have this times to do Final 4 without a Bruce Lee or a Jackie Chan movie is crazy. But yeah, there you go.
Wow. Think about how many times Samo has let other actors shine. I mean, he's only got a couple of movies where he's the main star, but pretty much all of his movies he took a back seat. Stood in the director's chair and choreographed, but he gave other people a chance to shine. So I love him for that too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
In fact, since you brought it up, I interviewed Cynthia Rothrock a while ago, and she was telling me when they were doing the Chinese Orient, what is it, the Orient, whatever that movie
Millionaires Express.
Millionaires Express. There you go. I can remember them. So anyway, she was just saying when Samo was directing them on the choreography, there was a part where she had to wheel kick the stunt guy again and again because Samo was like, no, it's like this, it's like this. So his stress for perfection was just top notch.
Man, he really does go for nothing but the best when it comes to his fight choreography. You could just tell.
Yeah. Who was the fight choreographer for Killzone? Because that fight with Donnie Yen and Wu Jing was freaking amazing.
I believe that was Donnie Yen's stunt team, but I think the finale with him and Samo, I think they went back and forth because if I'm not mistaken, I think that was their first meeting together on screen. But I think just the respect that Donnie Yen has for Samo, because like I said, he's got that big brother thing going. I think that I think the Samo was more into the martial arts, and I think Donnie for that fight was more into the grappling, more UFC type fight. You know what I'm saying?
Like MMA,
But I mean, yeah, but that Wu Jing fight is amazing,
It was
off the
awesome.
chain,
Yeah.
crazy
Iconic.
with the weapons. Man, that fight is that's crazy.
Iconic.
Yeah. Sorry about that, DK. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, yeah, I was just thinking of as far as Magnificent Butcher, I just got reminded hearing you guys talk about Sammo Hung that Sammo Hung bullied Jackie Chan like in the early years, and
When they were kids.
yeah, when they were kids. So for them to like for them to hash that out, and then for us to see that Sammo Hung got ahead of Jackie Chan in the tournament, it's kind of funny. But I'm sure if the people voted differently, other Jackie Chan movies could have made it in. It's just this is just how it turned out.
Let me just say something real quick so we can go into our next round. I am 1000% sure that now, because some of you guys kind of came into this after the fact, after it had already been kind of set in motion, kind of after the brackets had already been set up. But I'm sure if we were to do this all over again and start all over from the tippy top and start over again, I bet you dollars to donuts this bracket wouldn't look like this. The Victim probably would have made it in. Prodigal Son probably would.
Absolutely, it would be 100% different. Absolutely.
Full fighter.
Yeah. You can do these types of polls, you do these types of brackets, and it's totally different outcomes every single time. I see a world where Chinese super ninjas could wind up going up against Enter the Dragon, right? I see a world where five deadly Venoms could wind up going up against Prodigal Son or 8 diagram pole fighter or something. You know what I mean? I mean, it's really there's a bevy of matchups that happen just like in a real basketball tournament, right? And so this is fantastic, and I'm thinking we might do it again, right? And we might just
of course
do the whole process over again and see if we come up with a different outcome when we add some different movies. I would love to see The Victim in this tournament, Prodigal Son in this tournament, 8 diagram pole fighter in this tournament. And if I sat down, I probably could think of another 10 movies.
Yeah, Crippled Avengers, Invincible Shaolin. There's just so many.
Shaolin is one
There's
of
so
my
many.
favorite
Crippled
movies.
Avengers. I mean, come on.
Yeah. So I mean, so this is fun. This is great. We'll enjoy this for it is. Hopefully the fans are enjoying it as well. And then what we'll do is we'll come back and we'll come up with a new tournament and we'll do this all over again. With maybe a different topic. Even we could even do an entire tournament on Gordon Liu movies, right?
I agree. Yep.
You could do an entire tournament on Golden Harvest. You could do an entire tournament on Shaw Brothers.
Yeah, you can.
Movies, all that.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I mean, we can have some fun with it. So it's good. This being our inaugural one, but we can, now that we've we'll learn what we can do, how we can make it better, and just grow this thing, and this can become like a staple. And you guys are always welcome on the channel. Thank you so much for making this what it was. And let's get into the Final Four, shall we?
All right. We wouldn't be here without you.
Oh, no. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Here we go. Chinese Super Ninjas versus Invincible Armor. Seems a little, I don't know, maybe seems a little unfair, but I'll let you guys go before I chime in. Chinese Super Ninjas versus Invincible Armor.
Go ahead, Ben.
This is too easy. It's too easy for me. I already got my top 2 already. It's
that's why.
It's already done. So I got Super Ninjas. I love it. I mean,
same here.
It's the ultimate comic book film. People talk about these new films like MCU and all this other stuff and Star Wars and all these special effects and all that. And Super Ninjas, man, is just second to none for me when it comes to martial arts and over the top and craziness and zaniness and just the way people, are being deceased in this film and the way it goes about it and the genius of Chang Che and all of his choreographers and his people behind it and just the like I said, the elements themselves, the way they portrayed on screen with everything's so cool. Just think about the golden element when they're they're blind you and then the hats and then the blades come out of the blades come out of the hats. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I love Seven Grandmasters. It's a great movie, but this is not an even matchup at all because the way these tournaments go, like you said, OG, and in the real live world in sports, you're not going to know the underdogs may beat the top. But for me, the top one in this one is my vote is going to be Super Ninjas.
Yeah, this is the 90s Duke team. This is the 90s Duke team. Up against this is either Duke or North Carolina, one of those big teams back in the 90s. So yeah, for me, I'm gonna say Chinese Super Ninjas. Though don't sleep on Invincible Armor now. Invincible Armor is a fantastic film, and there's a lot of fights, a lot of variety, great story, great infight, right? And I was never the best kicker in the world, right? I was all right. But I have so much respect for Wang John Lee. And I was actually thinking about this. I think the next one that we do, the next time we do a tournament, we're doing tournament of Kung Fu baddies. I think that's what we should start off with. Our next one should be a tournament of Kung Fu baddies. And we got Wang John Lee, Philip Ko, Liu Fang, like all the bad guys.
Wang Long Wei.
And break it down.
That's the one, Tone, right there, Tony. Wang Long Wei. That's the one to beat. That's the one to beat.
He's a bad man, boy. He's a bad man.
But Hwang John Lee, man, I mean, he is such a fantastic kicker, and I want to give him his flowers. Fantastic movie. Fantastic.
Still
movie.
going strong to this day too, OG. He's still a practitioner, Wang Jing Lee, and he's still studying. He's still cold.
Yep.
To this day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Mad respect for Master Lee. So but I gotta go Chinese Super Ninjas because again, so I need to get my hands on a copy of Invincible Armor because I don't have one, and I'd like to get
I own it on Amazon Prime. Most of my kung fu movies I own on Amazon Prime. They have almost every single one. A lot of times they'll sell them for $3, for $4, $5, $6.
You know
usually the max.
If anybody's in a Discord and needs a hookup for anything, drop me a personal.
Please.
Got you. Hey,
please,
Tony. I sent you a message today. It was for that. So I'm gonna get back to you on that.
That's what I said, Tony.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's what I said, Dan. I'm gonna holler at you after the show. Because yeah, for sure. The thing with me, man, is buying digital media. Yeah, you got Amazon Prime, Tony, but if the internet goes down in this country, like if China invades this country or someone attacks this country and knocks out our satellites and we don't have Wi-Fi, you can't watch your movies.
No, I have every single movie that I own. And on Amazon, I have on DVD or Blu-ray, but some of them I only have on DVD, and Amazon offers it in HD quality. Right?
Physical media is king, my friends, gentlemen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Physical media is king.
Yes.
Listen, guys,
you don't have physical media, you got to have it just for what OG said. Because if you lose anything, you're good. You ain't gonna lose the disc.
Right.
You see this, right? I have a home theater here. And this Adobe Atmos home theater, and I only do digital copies, physical copies.
Nice to have in there. That's not. No, don't get me wrong. It's nice to have in there, bro. For real. I'm not crapping on your stuff. I love what you got, bro.
No. What I'm saying is that physical media is the way to go. That's what I'm saying. Physical media is the way to go because it's like you said. If there's no internet, you can't have it. Or if let's say one company sells their rights to or their company to someone else, they say, "Well, I don't care if you own it. You got to buy it again from us." Right.
And plus, those digital copies, some of them expire too. So, yeah,
that's correct.
Right. H. Rich in the comments says Invincible Armor over a live action cartoon because that's how he phrases Chinese Super Ninjas. It's a live action cartoon. All right, so I went with Chinese Super Ninjas. What say the rest of you?
Yeah, it is like watching a video game when you watch Chinese Super Ninjas. Although I'm here for it. It's like from beginning to end, it's just nonstop action. And anytime a movie opens up with that splash opening, you gotta love it. Um, I'm gonna borrow OG Ant's metaphor there. If I'm on the plane, yeah, I'm gonna pick Super Ninjas over what you call it, Invincible Armor. Unfortunately, and I love Invincible Armor because I told you guys before I love the story in it. But
Great movie.
Chinese Super Ninjas, just to fight.
Shout out to Tony wearing the merch.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't realize? You didn't realize that, bro?
Wearing our merch,
man.
baby.
Of course, man.
Hey, man,
it took you this. It took you this long to notice.
I just did. I looked over. I was
Hey, when are you getting it back up there, OG? I need to get me some. Let me know. Hook me up on that.
Yeah, that's true. I'll grab a shirt too.
No, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. We are
Telescope, nice.
You got to get volume 3, Tone. I need that one too.
I
Volume 3,
am.
the green one.
I am. The green one I'm getting soon.
That's got the
This one is
classics on there,
awesome too. This one is one of the best collections. I don't get all the volumes because I have to like the films, but this one
I want that one so bad. Volume 4 is the best one out of them.
Oh man, this is awesome.
I only got volume 1. Yeah, I know.
Volume 4 is the one I got for Christmas.
This one has Holy Flame, Shaolin Prince, Shaolin Intruders, The Sword Sting with Royal Blood, 5 Element Ninjas, House of Traps, Masked Avengers, Black Lizard, Legend of the Fox, The Rebel Intruders, and 2 Champions of Shaolin. This entire box set has all those classics.
That's almost basically oh man, you guys are
There
killing
you go.
me. That's a Venom set.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Ooh, man. See now you're making me jealous. See?
Yeah, man. Oh man, yeah, my baby got me this for Christmas. I was so happy. It was one of the best gifts, man. I was so happy with this. Yeah, man. This is yeah. Shaw Brothers is lit, bro. Okay. So we got
and these are the ones that OG Ant just got too.
Yep, I just got those too. Yep. Fantastic. Okay, so we got Chinese Super Ninjas and Invincible Armor. It looks like Chinese Super Ninjas.
Chinese Super Ninjas for me, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, son.
So answering the Guru's question, I have not seen Avenging Eagle yet.
We just got it. We just got it on sound like a hypocrite. I actually got it on digital. The reason why I got it on digital, I'm still gonna try to get a physical copy of it. But the reason why I got it on digital is because I think during one of our live streams, it might have been last Saturday, that I revealed that I've never seen the movie, and everybody's like, "Oh, you got to see it." And how everybody was talking it up, it got me geeked. So I ordered it because it's available on YouTube, and it's not only is it available on YouTube, but it's an English dub and it's digitally remastered. So I'm like, oh, and it's in English. Okay, I got to get it because I could not find the English version anywhere. So I gotta talk to you about that, Dan. But yeah. So yes, I have Avenging Eagle. I'm gonna watch it. It's on YouTube. I'll probably check that out. Probably check it out tonight because this is our last night together.
Yeah.
He goes back to school tomorrow. So
okay. Yeah, one collection that Dan does have that I'm dying to get is the Brave Archer collection.
I don't like all the Brave Archer movies, bro. I don't like them all, so I don't want to get them. But there's a couple of them. Yeah, I hear you. Not to get off topic, let's start wrapping this up. So okay, so Chinese Super Ninjas, Chinese Super Ninja looks like it wins, so I'm gonna move that to Invincible Armor over Invincible Armor, and over in the other bracket, the final 2 and our final 4 are Leg Fighters and Magnificent Butcher. I'm just gonna start us off. I love Leg Fighters. It's a fun movie. It's a lot of fun. It is definitely one of my favorite Lee So-Nam movies. However, Magnificent Butcher is what destroys that movie. Destroys it. All right. What do you guys got?
Of course, absolutely. I don't think it's a contest, to be honest with you. I think there's no comparison.
I still wonder how Leg Fighters got this far. Yeah. I'm with Tony on this one.
Yeah. I mean, Leg Fighters is a good movie, but I think 7 Steps of Kung Fu might have a better chance than Leg Fighters. But I still like Magnificent Butcher.
Yeah, it's awesome to see like how far Lee So-Nam's movies go, but yeah, I honestly didn't feel like this was even close for like this final bracket here. Seeing how
It's
far
not competitive.
it's not even a comparison. Magnificent Butcher just clears. Leg Fighters has funny moments. It's entertaining, but Magnificent Butcher just has all of the trademark Sammo Hung speed, the choreography. It hits so many marks compared to Leg Fighters.
Okay, so anybody else? Anybody else want to go?
Hey, listen. Outside of the cat technique, Magnificent Butcher is going to take this category easily. Yes, I love Leg Fighters, and again, that's still the movie to go to as far as me loving kicking and wanting to get better at it. But when it comes to story and all around kung fu, yeah, you've definitely got Magnificent Butcher up there. Wu Ping classic.
All right, Dan, there it is.
There you go.
There it is.
Yeah.
Dan saying that's it. He got nothing else to say. All right. Hey, what you got, BG?
Butcher.
Butcher. Okay. In the chat, what we got? We got Michael Richardson. That's Butcher.
H Rich and SD sticking up for Leg Fighters.
Sticking up for Leg Fighters. Okay.
But yeah, Michael Richardson, the Guru, they're sticking up.
Listen, I mean, even if I did like Leg Fighters, there's no way I'm saying that Leg Fighters is one of the top 2 kung fu movies of all time. They don't even sound right. They don't even sound right saying it. So, I mean, come on, man, that's crazy. All right, so I think again we have a consensus here. So we're gonna go with Leg Fighters getting eliminated.
Yep.
So that goes right there. So here we are in the final matchup, ladies and gentlemen. We have an all-time great from Shaw Brothers, 1982.
Yeah,
1982. 1982's Chinese Super Ninjas, a movie that, by the way, can you all imagine if the rest of the Venoms would have been in those movies?
Oh man.
Because Lo Mang is the only one, right? Because you imagine Philip Kwok. Like, remember when Ricky Chen gets to the new master's base and he meets his 3 new brothers. Can you imagine if that was Philip Kwok, Lu Fang, and Chiang Shang? You imagine that?
Yeah.
That would have been sick.
Even T. Lung or Chen Quan Tai. I mean, any of the great Shaw Brothers actors could have been in that movie and killed it.
Yeah. Well, you definitely need it. I always forget their names. Please forgive me. I forget their names. The second tier of Venoms who came along later.
And they call them the baby Venoms. And Ricky Chen, I think he was one of the top ones.
No. They're not the baby Venoms. Baby Venoms are the 3rd generation. This generation that I'm referring to, what's his name? Mm-hmm. They're mostly all acrobatic. They're all weapons. They're all weapons fighters. If you see the movie Masked Avengers, they're all in it. They're like bad guys.
Yeah, and I know what you're talking about. Okay, I don't know the names.
Wang Li is one of them. There's another guy. He's a badass. He's like the 3rd bad guy in Masked Avengers, not Wang Li. So it's Lu Fang, Wang Li, and then there's this 3rd guy. So he's on.
The guy that betrayed Chiang Shang?
No, Troy Coy.
He's like he spends most of the movie in Masked Avengers trying to accuse Philip Kwok.
Right.
I know who you're talking about.
Chuko.
Yes. Those guys. That's the 2nd generation of Venoms. Mm-hmm. And those guys are all badasses. Those are the guys that are in Chinese Super Ninjas. Those are the guys that play his new classmates that all go and fight So I love those guys. The baby Venoms you're referencing are what's a swordsman with the sideburns? Spearman. And what's the guy who he went on to become great? He was in Fist of Legend. He fights against Jet Li.
Chin Ho Soy.
What's his name?
Chin Ho Soy.
Chin Huso. That's it, right? So Hu Chin or something like that. Yes, that is him. That's him. Yes.
Which one?
He's the one who he's in Two Champions of Shaolin. He's a Wu-Tang, but he don't really want to be a Wu-Tang.
Oh yeah,
Him.
that guy.
Oh yeah, the young kid. Yeah, he's a Mass Avengers too. He becomes friends with Philip Clark.
Right. Those are the baby Venoms. They're like the third generation. So you see them in Shin-Suho. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So those are like baby Venoms. But there's that second generation of Venoms that came and those are the guys that are in Chinese Super Ninjas.
Yu Taiping, he's the last.
Yu Taiping is always he's in everything.
He's in Chinese Super.
He's the one with the weird bow and arrow that shoots marbles.
Right.
Yeah. And Crippled Avenger.
He's the youngest brother in that group.
Yes. And he gets the worst of it when the guy he kicks him with the things on his feet and he's like
yeah, he
I'm
takes
like, holy crap.
Yeah, he takes some hits.
It's a great movie. But Chinese Super Ninjas definitely is a great movie. Now on the other side, we have, and again, I can make an argument this is not the greatest movie. One of the top 2 greatest movies ever, but it is definitely a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Top 2, I don't know. But definitely it's a great movie. So in our final matchup, we have Chinese Super Ninjas versus Magnificent Butcher. Also, is it the 80s or is it 78? Magnificent Butcher's 19 what? 78?
1980.
It's a 1980?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, 79 and 80. Yeah.
So we got an 82 versus an 80. I love the speed cadence in both. I love fast fighting. If you look at this fighting, watch these 2 movies, then go back and watch 36 Chambers of Shaolin. You go, damn, yeah, it is slower. Fighting is a little bit slower. I love weapons. I love a variety of weapons, and I like seeing weapons that I've never seen before. And in the opening of Chinese Super Ninjas, there are some fantastic weapons, and you're like, wait, what the hell is that?
Weapons you've never seen before, actually.
Yeah, right. Like, what are these circles with this like blades, these jagged edges? What is that?
It's called a chakram. I think.
That what it's called?
Well, it's a weapon that you get in Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Wow, that's a video game reference, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Check you out, you go, Tony. Yeah. I think that Chinese Super Ninja, and I left out some stuff, so I'm gonna say it now, and then I'll let you guys go. The fantastic element of adding this woman, Zenji, who is a ninja, who infiltrates. It was kind of weak how she infiltrated. It's my uncle. He tried to force me into prostitution. That whole thing is kind of whack. However, once she was in, and then they show her what she's doing. She's mapping the entire layer, and she's mapping everything, and she's doing these things. And he's like, "Hey, nuisance, you been cleaning in my room?" He's like, "Yeah, I tidied up." He goes, "I can't find a thing."
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, she hid his weapon.
She hid his weapon. He's like,
and he accused her of that. He says, "Oh, you want to set me up when the ninjas come?"
He's like, "Oh, you try to hide my weapon, so when they attack me, they'll get me, huh?"
I think the complexity she added to the movie once the reveal happens with her, because even though she was on the ninja's side, she still had real, genuine feelings for Ricky Chang's character.
Bump that.
Oh,
No,
for real, because he, in the end, it showed he kind of reciprocated.
She killed Chi-Shang.
Yeah.
I know. No. But I'm just saying, I told you this before. I spoke to OG about this before. How does she expect him to really love her when she killed his brother?
Yeah,
she killed him. And she laughed when she did it.
I'm saying this right now for everybody. None of how she feels about him makes what she did or how she laughed any less wrong. She's completely wrong for it. She's from the streets. But
then again, she's fine as hell.
Well, you can say that. But what I'm referring to is how like she added a layer of depth to like the story because of how he felt about her, and how you could kind of see that in the ending when he makes the final sacrifice. He's thinking about her, about his friends, about his master, everybody. It's an extra layer for the story that I really like.
Yeah, It's fantastic. What do you all say?
I mean, I agree with just about everything, but it's like I said, if I had a choice between the two, always, if I'm traveling, I'm gonna go with Chinese Super Ninjas because it's action pretty much almost from the very beginning to the very end.
Okay. All right. So that's one
Yeah.
for Chinese Super Ninjas. What you got, BG?
Oh,
Oh no,
sorry.
Quasi, go ahead.
No, I was
Okay,
just going to say this super quick. Yeah, I was just going to piggyback on what Tony just said. Yeah, when it comes to, for me, it's just the action over the Butcher. Even though I love the fact that you got the cameos in the Butcher, you know, it's classic with Sammo, Wu Ping movie and all that. But that 5-element ninja, man, just from beginning to end, chock full of great action, chock full of just some great moments. So that's my favorite.
Fantastic. What'd you say, BG?
same thing. Super Ninjas.
Okay, Super Ninjas, nice.
Okay.
Dan, what you got?
Believe it or not, these are actually my top 2 in this tournament.
You kidding
What?
me?
If I had to pick top 2, I do not tell you a lie on this day. These are my
Really?
top 2.
Really?
I love them both.
Wow. Okay. So who you got?
Super Ninjas was the first movie I ever saw that was deep. I was deeper than the martial arts. I think other than Snake and Eagle's Shadow or something. But if I had to pick one or the other, if I had to do like this and pick one, and then if you punch one out, this is going to be for this tournament. This is the winner. I'm picking 5-element ninjas, aka Super Ninjas, the insane, crazy, over the top martial arts goodness that I love in this cinema. That's the reason why I'm on this chat. The reason I'm on this channel. The reason I'm on this live chat is because of this movie.
All right. Nice.
Wow, that's awesome.
Nice. All right. Who hasn't gone? Everybody's gone? Looks like everybody's gone. Okay, so look, if you look in the chat, I'm gonna start all the way at the top. Let's see, we got Bobby Coltrane with Magnificent Butcher. You take Tally.
Yeah, I've seen.
We got SD with Super Ninjas. H Rich, Magnificent Butcher. Right? H Rich, I love H Rich with the H Rich with the controversy. H Rich says Mystery of Chessboxing would beat these 2 final films. Get out of here, bro.
I mean,
get out of here.
It's an opinion.
No, it's an opinion. Yeah, it's an opinion. Absolutely. It's wrong, but yeah. Sorry. Let's see here. I think everybody else. Well, Michael says Super Ninjas all the way. True Shaw classic. Absolutely. Okay. The Guru's asking, did y'all see Super Ninjas at theater or on TV? I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I saw it on TV. We had a show here in Chicago. It was called Samurai Sunday. Super 66 Samurai Sunday, and that's where I first saw it. What about you all? Where'd you all first see Super Ninjas?
I found
42nd Street.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I have my first copy on VHS.
Okay. Tony?
Yeah, me too. VHS.
You saw it on, you said, Dan, you said where?
VHS.
VHS? Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
TV.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it in 42nd Street, and I mean, it was awesome to watch.
You're lucky.
So many
You are
people
so
in the
lucky
theater.
to see that in the theater, Tony.
Yeah, and the dub version, it was amazing, man. Yeah, it was super cool.
I would have loved to have seen that.
What about you, Quasi?
TV. Yeah, I saw it on TV.
Okay.
Yep.
You know what though, man? If I ever found a theater, even to this day, if there was a theater that was showing it, I hope that when I go to New York, I hope that there's something showing somewhere.
They do that once in a while.
I haven't seen a kung fu movie on the big screen since I was a kid, right?
Wow.
I mean, because they're always listen after Samurai Sunday and even USA Network and all of those other channels. There was always something that provided us with kung fu movies. There was also, and I can't remember the name of it for the life of me right now, but there was a channel that was like, it was in cable. God, I can't remember the name of that channel, but they
like
always
Hi-Ya or something.
Say again.
Hi-Ya. There was like a channel that did that.
Oh, Hi-Ya, but isn't that paid for? Don't you have to pay for that?
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
pretty cheap though. It's like $6 a month. But yeah.
Right. So there's always been a way. And then don't get me started about YouTube, right?
Samurai Sunday Channel 66.
Yeah, but there's always been no. This was on cable not too long ago. It'll come to my memory, but there's always listen. You can't kill this stuff as much as that people that it's dying. People are saying that it's dying. There are channels like us. There are people that are doing their best to try to keep it alive. By the way, for those of you, if you haven't had an opportunity, please go support those brothers over at Marshall Club. Marshall Club put out a love letter this week to kung fu movies and kung fu comedy. I believe it's called Shaolin Avengers.
Shaolin Avengers. Yep.
Shaolin Avengers, and it's like a 20-minute kung fu movie that they put out.
Me and you watched it on Discord, OG.
We watched it. Yeah, we did. Yeah. It's fantastic. It is really fantastic, and those guys are incredibly talented, and their martial skill is really good. The tricking is good. The flips, the flops, all that good stuff. It's fantastic, and shout out to those brothers over there. They're doing a fantastic job. There are people who love this stuff and are trying to keep it alive. So I hope our little small contribution helps with that. I think we have a winner.
Look, yeah, I'm looking at the tally.
Drum roll, please. And your winner in the inaugural Old School Kung Fu Movie Tournament is Chinese Super Ninjas. Gets horn.
There you go. I was gonna say, Big Ed, I gotta shoot you some sound effects, my bro. So next time.
I got so many. It's not even funny. I just never use them because I have to stretch.
Yeah. Well, there's a way you can add them into your StreamYard also.
Here's one. Yeah. I could have did that one.
Yeah. Well, your drum roll and everything else. You can put it in StreamYard too. It's easy.
Here's another one.
Bow down to your master.
Show enough.
Converse.
You cheeky bastard. Now you know how powerful I really am.
Yeah.
You are blessed. You've been lucky.
One of my favorite
I
lines.
wish I got you last time.
10 tigers.
I'll let you try my Wu-Tang style. I love that line. Chinese Super Ninjas. Again, now I got to pose the question to the group because again, we argued it out. There's no denying, that we argued it. I think the arguments were fair. Nobody was bullied into their answers. Everybody gave their genuine answers how they feel. Do I really believe that Chinese Super Ninjas is the all-time greatest kung fu movie in the world? No, not necessarily. It's fantastic. It's probably not the greatest. And so I want to pose this question now to my panel. How do you think this movie holds up against 8 diagram pole fighters? Ask you in the chat as well. How do you feel about this movie going up against 8 diagram pole fighters? Does it beat it?
No.
Or is it a tie? Or
it's a tie. I give it a tie. I give it a tie.
You give it a tie, BG?
Yes.
Hey, my man Tony, my man Dan says
no.
This is the tip top for Shaw Bros.
Yeah.
I love Super Ninjas, but this one right here is on a different level, boy.
Yeah.
This movie's off the chain.
Yeah.
Bananas.
Yeah.
Think about the finale with taking out the teeth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You don't kill him. You take the only way you're gonna get a wolf is if you remove his teeth, because then he can't do nothing to you.
That was weird.
Tell me how badass that was.
Yeah,
Philip Cole and Gordon Liu in that pole fight. Come on.
Come on.
And that was
that's my case.
Huey.
Highlight for that movie is when when Philip Cole and Gordon Liu, they have their fight, and you realize with the tip of his spear, with his pole, if it had been a spear, the fight would have ended much earlier. But the fact that he beat him even when it was just a pole, like when he took him out of his shoes, like that was a pretty good fight.
Yeah, it's epic.
Now, that said, I am still with the Guru on this. I think Five Elements still does beat 8 diagram. I think the ending is just fantastic. Like the final sacrifice, the music, the way it swells up as they get ready to destroy the Earth pillar, like just that whole sequence was just amazing.
Think about how Kara Hui was in that coffin.
Yeah.
He was in that coffin, and then Gordon put it on his back, and he's still fighting with all them like crazy with that with those with those poles.
That was an interesting weapon they had.
That was so cool, man.
Tie
Yeah,
up your arms and everything. Yeah, that was pretty.
Hey, all props to Pops, man. Larkar Lung, he's the master, man.
Yeah,
he's the ultimate master to come up with that, and just the amount of what he did to for rest in peace. Alexander Fouchang was killed. I'm sorry, he was deceased. I'm sorry, I didn't use that word. He was deceased, during filming. And even the way they showed him when he went a little crazy, he went insane.
I'm sorry,
because all his brothers got killed.
I'm sorry. Wait. It's coming to me now. Yes, Spike TV was one of them. It's another channel, and it had the word L in it, like EL.
Yeah, El Rey.
El Rey.
Yeah.
They had all the Shaw brothers. They had all
they were all Shaw brothers. Yeah.
El Rey. That was
it was on Dish Network.
That is Robert Rodriguez's channel. Robert Rodriguez.
That's correct.
And Robert Rodriguez put him on there because Tarantino loves all the kung fu.
That's correct.
He put it on there.
Okay, yeah, it was El Rey.
Yeah, I was sad when they took that channel off.
Yeah, El Rey. I'm sorry, I had to interrupt because it just popped in my head. I saw Spike TV from Bobby Culture. I'm like, yeah, Spike T used to have kung fu movies too, but it was El Rey. That was the El Rey network. I remember that. Yeah, man.
And actually, that movie's got 8 diagrams. Got both your ladies in there. OG, Lily Lee and Carrie Huey.
Man. I know, and even they had Lily Lee with white hair, like she was an old woman.
Yeah, because she played the mother, right? She played the old mama.
Can I say something real quick?
You want to hear something crazy, guys?
Let me say something real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Real quick. Think about how great 8 Diagram is, and we didn't even get to see the finished product with Alexander Fouchang finishing the movie. Can you believe that? Had he not passed away? We could have saw that team up, him and his brother reuniting, save their
to a higher level.
I mean, it's fantastic. I'm sorry, Tony. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. Go ahead.
No. I understand. What is going to surprise all of you in this panel is that I've only seen 8 Diagram Pro Fighter once, ever, and I own the copy that you had, Dan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it my business to watch it this weekend.
Yeah, bro.
It's a good one.
Sure.
Yeah,
it's a really good one.
It's the dopest. I love it.
I watched a bit of like a documentary from I think because we had a copy of 8 Diagram, and I listened to Lily Lee and Gordon Liu talk about like how Fouchang, like how his passing had affected them, how it affected the film, and like the types of change that they had to make with that happening. But the fact that they still made like a knockout of a film, and like the fact that they put that together even with that happening was just that's awesome. It's like a love letter to Fouchang, basically.
Yeah.
And there also is a bunch of behind the scenes stuff on YouTube. They tried to get it for the Blu-ray, I guess, because it was, because they couldn't get the copyright. But if you guys go on YouTube and put behind the scenes 8 Diagram, there's like 1 hour of footage, 2 different videos. It's silent, but you could see how they actually filmed it, like behind the scenes. It's really cool.
Oh, really? I'm gonna look for that. That's what's up. Well, this has been fantastic. I gotta tell you, I'm so happy with the way this turned out. For those of you who are watching at home, for those of you who are in the chat, thank you first of all for being here. It means the world to us. Thank you for supporting us. You were an intricate part of today's stream as well as last week, so you've made this what it was, because we really enjoy interacting with you all as well. Maybe the movie that you picked didn't make it, or maybe you did incidentally. I want to know. H Rich, me and you had a conversation not too long ago, and you said, I have in my mind what I believe will win it all. Was this it? Something tells me this is it, even though I know you don't like this movie. Was this the movie, H? I want to know. Was this the movie that you said you think was going to win it all? I want to know
what his choice was.
Yeah. But I will say that again, to all the people who are watching at home, all the people in the chat, thank you all so much. Please don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. We really appreciate you. To my wonderful panelists, my guests, my brothers, my friends, I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for making this such a special event. I want to
Always,
thank you all
always.
for participating and contributing and giving your opinions, your knowledge, your perspectives, and making this what it was. I think we have a gem, and and when I say I think we have a gem, I'm not talking in terms of numbers of views, because some of this is not in our control, right? We don't control
Mhm.
algorithms and who someone else bigger than us is making decision of where things go and where to get to be seen. But I think that what we did today was a lot of fun. And as I look through YouTube, I don't see a lot of people doing what we did today. And
Yeah, no, I
I couldn't
agree.
have done this without
That's
all of
right.
you. So to my man Dan de Blasio, to Sifu Quasi, to BG Bernard, to Tony, to Cub, um, thank you from the bottom of my heart. It really means a lot. This was fantastic.
No, it was our pleasure, and I feel the same way to have been able to meet so many of you already. I feel like I know you in person, and we're creating this like nice tight knit family here in the community that you started, OG. And we can never thank you enough for giving us an opportunity and a platform that we can all share our passion with these martial arts films. And I hope that you and DK get to watch Avenging Eagle before he leaves tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna get on it. We gotta find something to eat. Find something. We're gonna order something probably from DoorDash, and we're gonna watch a couple of flicks and just kick back. I wish that I could put it on Discord, but I believe that if we tried, it would blank the screen. I'm pretty sure they would.
How about Twitch? No.
I think they would take us down. If I
Mm.
could, I would. I swear I would. Or if anybody
Okay.
else, if
You could probably maybe
anybody
do it on Zoom, maybe.
if anybody else has a copy and y'all want to show it on Discord, and you got a physical copy and you can connect it to your screen, hey, by all means, we can watch it. I'm gonna look for it one more time. I think I have one more place that I could look to see that if it has it, and if it does, I'll download it. But yeah, we're not done. We're gonna be moving over to the Discord, and we're gonna watch some kung fu movies because we just want to kick it now. But again, I want to thank you all. This was so much fun. Thank you all out there for watching and for being a part of this. If you have socials and things and projects or things you're interested in, this would be a great time for you all to tell them. Sifu Quasi, tell them where they can find you.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks again, guys. First off, for having me. This was a lot of fun wrapping things up. Great timing and great idea, OG Ant, doing this during March Madness. Yeah, had a good time. Yeah, check me out, guys, at Kung Fu Chronicles right here on YouTube. I'm on most of the socials as well, at Kung Fu Chronicles on IG, on X as well. So you can check me out there.
Sweet. Anyone else? Tony Robles, shout out your new channel, man.
Hey.
Sell
All
it.
right. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm a professional pool player. That's what I do for a living, and I have a passion for it. I have a passion for teaching and making sure that everyone gets a good idea of what a beautiful game it is. You can look me up on Facebook, on Instagram. It's Tony Robles, Robles. I tell people all the time when I'm playing well, I said it's Tony Robles when I'm playing well, it's Tony Hopeless when I'm playing bad. I'm just joking around. Yeah.
So funny. I hate putting you on the spot, man. I just feel like because I showed the video to a lot of people at work, and yesterday at the barbershop, because I took Cub to get a cut. And while I was in the barbershop, man, I was showing it because the barbershop I go to is all Latinos. All the barbers are mostly Puerto Rican. And I asked, hey, y'all ever heard this dude named Tony, right? That's what I said. Y'all ever heard this dude named Tony Robles? And one dude heard of you. And then I pulled out my phone and I showed him the shot that you took, the little trick shot. And they was blown away, bro. They was blown away. So I'll give you a chance right now, man. You want to show us another one?
Sure. Look, let me just reverse the camera. Hopefully my mic won't go off like it did last time, right?
Okay.
Can you see that?
Hey, people in the chat, you guys about to get
Yeah,
a
we
treat.
got it. We got you.
We got you, baby.
Hey, Tone, I seen you on a YouTube video on a GQ video. I'm like, man, is that Tony?
Oh yeah,
Man,
yeah.
I'm like,
GQ
that
the
was really
breakdown.
cool,
Yeah,
man. That was a cool video.
that was a lot of fun. But let me tell you, when I went on my way to the Freedom Tower to shoot that for GQ, there was a guy walking in front of the Freedom Tower in New York City, and he was walking and looking at everyone weird, and then he dropped a bag right in front of the Freedom Tower, and I went ahead and I turned the corner because I don't know what was in that bag. I'm thinking it's a bomb or something. And I kid you not, within 5 seconds, people ran from the Freedom Tower out. One of them grabbed the bag and went across the street.
What was in the bag?
I don't know. I don't know. They didn't reveal that. They didn't reveal that.
That's great.
But look, what I'm gonna do for you guys tonight.
Shot. Let me just say one other thing about the GQ. That was a great look. That was a great look. They do a good job over there. They were trying to make you look extra sexy with the white background. I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's funny, man.
Yeah, he looked GQ for real.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know about that. I need to lose a lot of weight before I'm GQ. That's for sure.
Hey, 'cause I saw they actually interviewed Donnie Yen in the exact same way with the white background and everything. And Donnie Yen was talking about his favorite movies, and he was doing a lot of that talk. So man, that's a nice look for you, man. Congratulations, man.
No, thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Like I said, it was a lot of fun. I'm blessed. I'm honored to know you all. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Seriously.
All right.
Now, listen, man, when I told my girl I was on the stream with you last week, she's like, wait, because we just finished watching Boardwalk Empire, like rewatching the whole seasons. She's like, wait, you were on with the guy that taught Rothstein how to shoot? I was like, yep, that was him. She's like, oh my God, I want to meet him.
That's cool, man. Well, tell her I said hi, man, please.
For sure.
So look, this is called the penny wrapper shot, right? What I'm doing is I'm taking penny wrappers. You see that? Empty ones. And this one I cut almost in half, right?
Okay.
So this is what I'm doing. I'm putting the balls here together, right?
Okay.
You see the cue ball?
Yes.
The cue ball is here. I'm going to hit the cue ball, and once I strike the cue ball, it's going to go under these two penny wrappers and make the three in the side, get out of the way. When the cue ball gets out of the way, these two are going to fall down and collide against one another, and the one is going to go in that side pocket and the two in this side pocket.
Nah.
All right? So the trick here is to make sure that I get my hand out of the way so that I won't block the two or prevent the two from coming in this pocket. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Wait.
Let's do it, baby. Let's do it.
Take the shot. Before you take the shot, let me post this shot. Let me post this comment real quick. Look.
Right.
I bet you ESPN is watching this. Skill and will.
Thank you, the guru. I appreciate you, brother. All right. Are you guys ready?
Yes,
sir. So if you want to, you can play this in slow motion when you play at the barbershop. And I want to say hi to everyone in the barbershop too, okay?
Shout out to Curly.
Right.
Shout out to Curly's in Chicago.
Okay, you guys ready?
All right, let's rock.
All right, let's do it. There you go. What do you think?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yo.
All right.
Oh, what sorcery is this?
You know the funny thing is that I've done so many private events throughout my life, and every time I set up these trick shots, when I do these corporate or private events, I tell them they're scared to death to shoot these shots, and I tell them, look, I'm the one setting it up. There's a 99.9% chance that you're going to make it. Any one of you can make these shots if I have you shoot it right now. Wow. It's all about the setup. That's all it is.
Bro, hey, man. Tony, hey. Don't forget to subscribe.
Wait. Check this out.
He's on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. You are passing up an opportunity to meet a true legend in the game. He gives lessons, right? He shows. He'll come to your bar mitzvah. You name it.
I've done a lot of them.
See?
I've done a lot of them.
Check this man out for instruction. Go check out my man Tony Robles on his YouTube channel. He is a former champion. He is excellent, and you guys just saw it here, right here on Wolf and Cub. That was fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, brother.
Thanks.
No, I appreciate it. Look, check this out, guys. My brother-in-law made this for me.
Silent assassin.
Silent assassin. Nice.
That was my nickname on the pro tour. Look, the lights are coming on little by little.
That's his face too. That is absolutely your face.
Man, that's some peak stuff right there.
That's sweet,
Yeah,
man.
he put 100 hours into that.
Wow.
Yeah,
He's an
that's
engineer.
beautiful, brother. That's beautiful.
I like that.
Yeah,
man.
thanks, man.
Congrats. That's fantastic. All right,
Gentlemen,
AB.
I had to put my little one to sleep. I appreciate and love each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for this awesomeness that you put together here, OG, and everyone in the panel and everyone in the chat, everyone out there viewing. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Same to you, bro. Same to you, man.
Love you, dude.
Right.
Back at you.
That pretty much wraps up our show. Again, I want to thank you all for being here. I want to thank you, Dan. You got something you want to promote?
No, I just wanted to say thanks to Lone Wolf and Cub. This is something I would only dream of, to do this and be a part of this panel, and just because this is something I have a passion for and I love, and to have it come out to the masses. Whoever sees this or doesn't see it, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna share it with all my people so they can see it. And I'm gonna start my YouTube channel. My wife's starting hers. So, and like I said, we also do soaps, butters,
Nice.
sea moss. We do all kinds of holistic products and stuff with crystals. So we do crystal infused products. So we do a lot of stuff for us, as a family, and we're trying to get that to the masses as well.
Nice.
But I'm gonna start my movie channel, like just talking about kung fu movies and collectibles and comics
Fantastic.
and all that stuff. So I just want to thank y'all, and anybody needs a plug for movies, get with me in the Discord and I'll hook you up.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Thank you again, man. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you, man. All right, my brothers, Seafood, BG, thanks again for all you being here. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to smash that like button, right? 1-inch punch that like button, and don't forget to please hit your enable button so that you can get those notifications as well. We really appreciate you. Again, I am your humble and highly favored host, Lone Wolf, aka OG Ant, and this is
DK. Man, I was so glad to be here with everybody. I just had a blast. I'm glad to see that we're having so much fun. So, and I'm just so grateful.
All right, we'll see y'all on the back end. Hey, Lone Wolf and Cub, we out. Peace, fam.
Take care.
All right now.